Hello? Oh, I should probably check my voice mod isn't on. It probably is. I think it may have been. Alright, we're having some login issues apparently from some of the players. Let me just play some random music in the game. I'll do. Anyways, hope everyone is all right. Hope everyone is doing well. We have a Dormant Orenda coming up. Alright, let me jump into the Discord.
What did you say?
I imagine moving house there is quite a hassle.
Yeah, it is, especially when you're moving many states away. That's it's like a 15 hour drive back to Arizona. So, God, it's dying. It's dying every second. Hell yeah.
What's happening?
I believe I'm losing my voice due to the cold.
Oh no.
It's 11 degrees right now, but it feels like -7 because of the fucking wind.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, it almost sounds like you've been to some sort of like either a sports event or like a musical event type thing, and you've just been singing your heart out, and this is the result.
I mean, Jakar made the joke that I sound like I've been smoking for the last 40 years.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh dear. Well. Okay.
Why does everything have to be so difficult?
I don't know.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, it is. What? Man. I'm just... Oh my god. I typed the username to my account wrong. That's why I couldn't log in. But when I clicked your link, it was like, oh yeah, type in your email. And I did it.
I've literally tried like every rendition of my user as I possibly could, and I could not manage to log in. So I'm just like, what the fuck did I do then? So, well, that's.
Have you
created?
Right. Okay. Because I'm gonna.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter now because I could log in.
Right. But
I made a new one.
Have you created one?
Yes, I just flat out made a new one.
Okay. So. Let me get the invitation link to you.
Shit. Hold on. Because due to the fact that I'm not on my own PC, I have not. I'm not sending the Discord on this. I'll have to do it this way. It should work doing it like on myself, right? Good God.
Yeah, as long as you click on that link and you sign into your account, you should be okay. You will, however, need to actually the game should be there, but that is the link to the game itself.
Maybe I did something wrong. Then hold on.
Possibly.
Well, anyways, hi.
Hi everyone.
Oh,
Hello.
Been a
How's
while.
everyone been?
Mm-hmm. All right. With COVID and everything, you know. Can't really do much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while. I bet.
It's been a while.
Yeah, but like, I got used to not having D&D every week.
Oh my god, what a terrible thing to say.
okay. That's why. No, I'm just an idiot. That's all. I'm just an idiot.
That's okay.
I'm just a little stupid. That's all. It's fine. It's fine. I just completely forgot and went to the wrong. Is it okay? I just completely forgot that that's not the website. I went to the wrong website. I'm in pain. Pain in the brain.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard to log into the wrong website.
Hell yeah. Love
Alright.
being very.
As a reminder, this this session is not paid for, so thankfully this clusterfuck at the beginning, I'm not going to feel guilty about for the next 10 years. So I've got that going for me.
Indeed, you do.
Hmm?
So I do apologize if you hear any background noise. It do be crying out loud. There's
Okay.
also a dog that I want to punch in the face, so
Please don't do that.
I won't punch it. Don't worry. He. God.
So, let me just make sure the chat is also on the stream. This is a good start. My viewer immersion is ruined by these tech issues. I know. Let me
Oh no.
Who wants to roll some dice? Everyone can roll
Yay.
a dice. Just roll some dice, everyone. Just roll some dice. It doesn't matter what dice. Just roll.
Okay.
Roll some
Whoa,
dice.
19.
Hold a punch random guy there. Done. Bang.
Wow. Okay. I said roll some dice, not all of them. I think you broke my computer.
Oh no. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I did not intend for that to happen.
No, it's all good. All right. I think everything is a-okay. So, as some of you might have seen from my announcement, I've been doing I've been writing up all the recaps on World Anvil. And the Dormant Orenda one is empty. So, it means I'm going to wing this recap, trying to recall as much information as possible from my limited drafted notes that I write during sessions. But I think, thankfully, if the campaigns were as long as the others, I would maybe be a bit concerned. But thankfully, this is the 17th session, so it's not as
Detrimental.
Yeah. It's not as heavy with information and historical events as some of the other campaigns. So before we dive in, does anyone have any? Actually, no. I may as well just dive straight in, and we'll get to questions after the fact. So,
Yes.
Yeah. The campaign of Dormant Orenda began in the year of 683 AG, Age of the Gods. it was named such for the increase of god interference, but more importantly, we focused on a story focused on the continent of Akrantor, in the capital where the Sultan rules, Abrasay, the city of trade, and the city that sort of is the heart and core of production of rubies, which just so happened to be the monetary and way of trade there in Akrantor. We sort of, as I say, focused on the story of to begin with 5 individuals. There was Hifrin, Brenna, Jakar, Dimmy, and Zeeg. All brought together at the Sahad Da'ira, a sort of upper class mages guild for those who are either willing to pay for such stuff, such training and such teaching, or B, those with enough political or pretty much just political power to sort of pull some strings to allow perhaps their children or family members to gain the benefits of the Sahad Da'ira. We met. Now this is where my notes are going to kill me because I'm terrible with names, and so I'm going to have to continuously look through my my log of NPCs. So let me get that open actually. So we almost immediately met with Sakura Al-Iman, a member of the Sahad Da'ira who was essentially making a step up from a almost rookie stage of the guild to a more intermediate, more experienced member. This required a discovery, a unique and an arcane discovery that only she had made. And so she recruited a bunch of people, those that were willing to show up and those that were willing to, protect her and guide her to different locations in the attempt and in the gathering of knowledge, of information, and with the hopes of discovering that arcane discovery, as I say. And that would be over to the west, to the Crystal Lands, where your adventure would eventually take you. But before we could go there, we did indeed sort of make our way through the sort of different cities on the way, taking a sand skipper from Abrasay to this is tough. Let me get my maps up as well. Oh, notes, how I hate you. This is Akrantor. Actually, it'll be easier if I do this. Because then I can see all the notes I have on locations as well. Alrighty, so you took the sand skipper from Abrasay.
I know.
Whoa.
That was loud.
Mind.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was really loud. You took the sand skipper from Abrasay to Sahil, a small port city on the sort of western coast of the island of Iasima, which was the country within Akrontor that you found yourselves in, all in the attempts of getting to Thalith, the set of islands to the west, where the Crystal Lands were located, and where the hopes of Sakura's arcane discovery would lie. On your way there, you were sort of ambushed by a bunch of creatures, these sort of almost goblinoid-esque creatures riding a large sandworm type thing. But with the help of the for lack of a better term, pilot of the sand skipper, you were able to, and of course your combat and your fighting, you were able to stave them off and rid of any danger. Upon arriving at Sahil, quite quickly wanting to get on your way to Thalith, you decided to stay there the night, enjoying some of the drink and food, stumbling upon a couple of people of interest who showed interest, perhaps in one or two of you. I believe it was Brenna and Jacquard who ended up sort of bathing on the rooftop of the inn and tavern that you found yourselves in, and it was mostly Dimmy that sort of drew the attention of a nearby seemingly monk or cleric of some kind. All the while, Hifrin enjoyed some passing conversation with Sakura, with some light reading as well. But with that said, you at Sahil, you were able to hire a ship, specifically the Dakin Richard, a ship that had been reached out to and hired before your arrival, to sort of scurry you off to Thalith, ran by the captain Jita, along with some of her crew. Just as reminders, you've got Athish, Citra, Jita, as I say, Yelet, and you also have Sa, the monkey, who found itself mostly perching on the captain's shoulder. With that said, venturing towards Zazu, you did stumble upon some encounters on the ocean as well, namely that with Jacquard's kin. But again, sort of dealing with them and dealing with them quite efficiently, should I say, as well, you were able to bypass such dangers, and you found yourself in the port of Zazu, where you spent a couple of days enjoying some of the specific natures of Zazu, mostly the arena, in which you sort of made a name for yourself. Off the top of my head, I believe it was the Nobodies.
Nameless, actually.
The Nameless,
Nameless.
sorry, yeah. I might be getting my Critical Role mixed up there. The Nameless, yeah. And yeah, you were able to win the fight against a group of individuals that were apparently incredibly difficult, but you made light work of them. And as I say, make a name for yourself,
Or lack thereof.
or lack thereof. Hifrin was able to make a pretty good friend in terms of the adventure so far, having made the friend of Gronmanvol, a sort of lizard folk, snarky type individual who had a request for you to find a good friend of his. That friend being Skraz, I believe, off the top of my head.
Yeah.
If I remembered that, then that's impressive.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
His name was Kraz, and in fact, I actually can tell you exactly how he was found dead.
Well, yeah, I mean, I
I
can
don't
tell
know,
that.
but I remember those details.
The names
can
is
we
what I
say-
struggle with. With that said, yeah, you also stumbled upon another individual called who you found to be called Peyton, a pale individual who almost obviously wasn't from these lands, just from the complexion. Who also wanted to find this Skraz, as he claimed that Skraz had stolen something from him and from his possession, whereas Gronman Vol fought Skraz's corner, claiming that Skraz had, yes, stolen something from Peyton, but he only ever stole what was his. And with that said, your sort of venture for Skraz kind of began as you took care of Peyton to a degree of fighting the guy and his cronies, threatening to chop people's legs off and then just sort of cutting their Achilles heel. Just some light.
I didn't end up doing it, okay?
You didn't do it. You didn't do it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. All the while, Sakura did indeed leave signs of arcane as she literally burned people to death. But let's not mention that.
About
You also found a magic shop that housed every magic item in the world, which you later found out had been ransacked by some other buyers. But let's not get too deep into that. But with that said, as I say, your venture for Skraz begins as you head out of Zazu, leaving towards the Crystal Lands. That's the name of it. And you sort of tuck in the sights of the Crystal Lands, the sort of unnatural crystals that jotted out of the sands that almost seem to be sort of part of this plane of existence to a certain degree, as they found themselves so embedded into the earth that some of them, for the most part, were immovable, as Brenna found out the hard way. You also found or witnessed the sort of floating islands that just sort of hovered above this land in this sort of stasis as they just exist. But you eventually found sort of interest in a crack in the earth where you would eventually stave off these sort of scorpion-like people, taking them out once again quite well, though they did put up a bit of a fight. And after a bit, you decided to dive into this crack in the earth, venturing deep down, and exploring the caves below. And this is indeed where you found Skraz. Not in the best of shapes. Didn't look like he had a very good time where he was. But nevertheless, you were able to stumble upon what looked like shards of the item that you were warned about. A small mirror that had magical properties, and this was of interest. As, normally speaking, magical items can't just be destroyed under normal circumstances of falling off something or such things. So this was curious to some of you. You ventured the caves. You stumbled upon the corpse of a dragon that likely hadn't been around for thousands upon thousands of years, that saw its skeletal remains deep within the cave. And you saw a statue-like humanoids sort of frozen in time, stopped in their place. Similar sort of crystal as the crystals that were jutting out of the earth above ground. Eventually, Sakura would take these, or at least, take one of these humanoids to conduct her experimentation and hopefully gain some form of arcane knowledge from. But before that, you wormed your way through the rest of the cave and stumbled upon some podiums, some placement of strange carvings and words. That being a representative of darkness and light, with a flame engulfing orb, a representative of the soul and its fight, which was an eye with a gem in the center of it, a representative of strength and might, which was a fist holding a hammer, and a representative of chaotic sight, which was simply a smirking face with a blindfold. This all while a booming sort of voice as you stepped upon the podiums that called to you all as individuals. A voice guided you, showed you towards what you now know as Taitan Suru, a large mountain range that has been rumored, mythed, taled and storied of being the spine, heart and soul of what was once a titan that roamed this plane of existence. It stood out because of the pink-leaved forest below, and with that said, an interest and sort of hand to go there, as the voice boomed towards you and requested that you head there, if you did, to free them. And with that, they extended to you your own dormant Orenda, a sleeping power within that was unlocked, triggered, allowed you to extend perhaps a part of you into this otherworldly power that had been unlocked for you. Some with enhanced strength and conditioning, some with the ability to teleport between darkness or light. Some with the power of almost enhanced hunting as you can deep dive into one's soul, and another with the ability to see into another plane, to see what everyone else around you cannot. But with that said, as this was shown, provided, and your next goal sort of laid out before you, you left the caves in a bit of a hurry. As I say, Sakura, with the help of Brenna, obviously, was able to gather the crystallized humanoid and eventually take that from the crystal lands up to the northwest to Raha. But before gathering at Raha, you stumbled upon an archaeology site, one that looked abandoned, as bodies laid out ahead and above ground. A sort of, almost, for lack of a better term, a futuristic sort of door, gateway, locked away mysteries and hidden truths and knowledge. With a bit of ingenuity and a bit of testing and theorizing, you were able to unlock said doorway and venture down below, where you would stumble upon an illithid, but not just any ordinary illithid, but an illithid that had detached itself from the minds of all other illithid. They had perhaps betrayed the ways of usual illithid, but a danger nonetheless, as they weaseled and manipulated and I guess before all of that tried to just outright kill you. You obviously fought back and chased after this individual. As you did, you stumbled upon what was most likely sort of hired guard or mercenaries or whatever they may have been. They were certainly there to make themselves a bit of a nuisance towards you. But once again, as you showed yourselves to be quite a party to deal with, you pushed them aside and got into this very small tower within these caverns, these caves that lay beneath this mysterious doorway. With a bit of conversation, eventually Demi would unleash the craziest bolt. I believe it was a guiding bolt, if I remember correctly. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but
Probably there's not much more. I also summoned the sword behind him.
Oh, yeah.
What wasn't looking.
yeah, you wombo comboed him. But yeah, you basically you took him down quite a lot, and to the damage that he'd already received, Zeeg got the killing blow on the Illithid. And as you all theorized later, perhaps transferred the curse that the Illithid spoke of, that he was unable to leave a certain radius of the tower. Some of his experiments was dealing with not just the teleportation of themselves, but the teleportation of a tower, an entire place of housing, so to speak. And it seemed like this curse may have transferred over to Zeeg. But with that said, all a while after this, as you ventured around looting some stuff, trying to find some reward for all of the trouble that you'd gone through, Jakar ventured deeper down into the caves, as you all found a mysterious lift that would have dove very deep into the core of the plane of existence. And as Jakar head down, he stumbled upon a new friend, shall we call him?
I guess.
A door. You spoke to a door. You made friends with a door, who requested the blood of the first people.
Your car made friends with the.
Yeah.
Only him though. Only him though.
Yeah.
I should know.
Jakar, having conversed with this individual requiring the blood of the first people, Jakar ventured back up the shaft, collecting bodies, and basically just created this sort of mash of humanoid bodies in front of the door, providing it in the bowl that it provided, and it did nothing until you began to provide it with water that had seemingly been just there in this cave for however long, and there the entire time as you conversed with him. As I say, he sort of introduced himself as Theorem, the Titan of the Hunt, and with such kindness said that Jakar would not be hunted. And as he said that, and as the door, it didn't open, it simply retreated down a hallway. The door was visible for some time, and as the door retreated, it revealed an army of sand. These humanoid forms would conjure and create as it passed through one another, and almost like a sandstorm with a target, with a goal, it came towards Jakar, who very quickly span on his heel and flew away as he jumped up and flew up the shaft, warning the rest of the party. Speaking of the rest of the party, they were able to find some were able to find a lifetime supply of gold and platinum. Nevertheless, were obviously warned of such threats arriving as the ground began to rumble slightly, and Jakar, in a bit of a panic, warning the party. You were all able to escape, sort of as you defended yourselves against these sand elemental forms, for lack of a better name. And you were able to escape not only this cavern that you found yourself in, but the Crystal Lands in general. as you got up back on land, you headed and continued to head northwest towards Raha, where you would eventually see from the sandstorm again continuing to travel in a sort of in a militant fashion, sort of in formation, as it continued to spread out from its origin, and eventually towards potentially towards Raha. There you met with further Sahad the Eater, whom you warned of the threats that could potentially arrive. You met with some of the sort of superiors there. You met Ahel, which was the female sort of wizard there. You also met with Amiel, who was also a superior wizard, and you also found out that Sakura's father was also there in a state of paralysis, almost in that their mind, their being was sent to another plane, as his physical form existed here, and moving said physical form could disrupt whatever he was doing in the other plane and have a terrible effect on his physical well-being and potentially soul well-being, if that's even a thing. With that, and with some convincing from Demi mostly, you were able to you stood and defended, or at least helped defend, the city of Raha, as the Nameless fought against the elemental sandstorm, as they sort of conjoined and created larger forms and created smaller forms as they passed through walls almost freely. You were able to defend against, as the storm still existed. It just simply retreated and backed off and fell away as it distanced itself from the surprising threat of the city of Raha. With that said, having made some allies now with the Sahad the Era, and Demi making a deal or two with someone, you decided on your next course of action. A course of action that would see the Nameless leave the continent of Akron-Tor, leaving Sakura behind to conduct her investigations, her experimentation, and her research, and head towards the continent of Surlia, the Republic of Surlia to the west, where you suspected your target would be the large mountain range that you saw in the visions. And you were right. It was in the country of Zhengli, after some research of Dimi. With that said, you were teleported, I believe, all the way back to Zazu, which is when you found out that the magic shop had rudely been utilized and ransacked from some other individuals. But you were able to meet up with the Dakin Risha, the small ship that Sakura had introduced you to, and made a deal to sort of supply them with income, gold, whatnot. They didn't really care about what currency you used, as long as they were being paid. They didn't really care. And as your long venture from the small city of Zazu and the country of Thalith to the country of Zhengli began.
If I may, might be an important detail, but we discovered an investigator from
Yes.
the Mages Guild
Thank you.
researching the crime scene where Sakura fried some people.
Yep. Sorry, yes. you did indeed witness a fire genasi who had seemingly been set to or hired or whatever it might be to investigate, as you say, the crime scene that Sakura had left behind. But yeah, thank you for the reminder. But with that said, you ventured over to Zhongli, to the mainland, where the incredibly large mountain range called home. You landed initially at Chayo, a small fishing village that was somewhat secretive in the fact that they had this sort of underground community of drow that lived beneath them, that were the first people there, that called it their home, and they basically had this deal of trade and food and water and stuff, just simply for not spreading the word too much. Though, I mean, they almost immediately told you about it, so how well that deal is going, who knows. You spend a little bit of time there at the tavern that sort of sat on the dock, looking over the ocean, and decided that the actual best course of action, as you sort of thought about the location of the forest, and where you were required to go on the mountain range of the Tayatan Suru, you decided that actually the best course of action would be to head northward, sailing once again, utilizing the Dakin Risha through the islands of Sanran, these scattered islands that most likely housed their own threats, as you witnessed as you sailed through them, all the way up to Yawaman. A unique city in that it is, it houses, and this being a country of non-magic, shall we call it, where magic is illegal, and unless it sort of originates from Kriya himself, the god of strength and might, then magic is a no-go. Yet when you arrive in Yaoman, everyone almost, as you witness, has some control of the wind, has some control of the air around them, as the ship's too low to get onto the docks. You are sort of brought upon the docks with these sort of pools of air that, when turned and utilized in the correct fashion, you almost sort of just get pushed up the pole, almost floating up them. You witnessed and sort of took in some of the culture there and the sports that they had, of these almost sort of football, and in brackets soccer for our American, this sort of football-like sport, utilizing a disc though instead, where people, again using the power of the wind and the air around them to manipulate the direction of the disc, to utilize different levels of height or ascension, however you want to see it or word it, to gain an advantage on the opposition goal. And there's some physicality in there, but only with wind, so they can knock each other down and be a little bit hands-on without actually being hands-on. And that was referred to as Kaze Desuku. An entertaining night where you basically afterwards partied a little bit and would eventually head and get some sleep. But before all that, I forgot a slightly important note, in that you met a certain individual, a man of a cartographer or storyteller, a man who was looking to go to the same place you were, certainly was intrigued by the proposition, and was requiring help in terms of sort of fighters, mercenaries anyways, and so working together you were able to acquire a airship known as the Fureto, captained by Sarakuro, who, as I say, you've ventured together. The cartographer being named Suji, and as you got onto your adventures up the River Kaze, again utilizing the powers and abilities of these locals, they were able to keep you aloft, though a lot of hard work goes into that as you ventured towards Tayatan Suro. As a slight reminder, you were warned that doing this, you will need to jump out of the airship when you come above Tayatan Suro. With sort of,
Excuse me.
what are they called? Parachute-esque. Yeah, parachute-esque equipment that you'd be able to utilize in your landing safely, hopefully. But as we sort of touch upon that venture, as we touch upon that journey, it did bring threats. It seems that Zhongli especially is sort of threatened and cursed with demon and fiendish nature, demon and fiendish creatures, and you were warned of such things venturing towards Tayatan Suro, and you did indeed stumble upon some of those threats. A difficult fight ensued, and may have been made more difficult as those who were required to keep concentration, to keep the ship afloat, so to speak, were unable to help in the battle, and to some degree made themselves more of a hindrance as they continued to try and keep the ship up whilst making themselves quite the obvious target. The party fought through the battle. As I say, hard fought. I believe a couple of you went down. Jakar being one of them, multiple times.
I think I went down like 2 times.
Yeah, I think basically everyone went down, other than
Go
Dimmy.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone except Dimmy went down once, at least.
I'm not even sure if Dimmy went down at all.
Jakar fired one
haven't
arrow.
yet.
Except Dimmy.
Yeah.
Went down.
But with that said, you all decided to rest. The decision was that the captain would sort of land you down on the river, sort of leading towards Tayatan Suro, just to rest, just so it wasn't sort of high intensity in the skies whilst you did rest, and keeping an eye out for potential threats. Getting down on the ground, making sure that you could rest the night, sort of recoup and rejuvenate, and that will be essentially where we pick up, unless anyone has any questions. Obviously, I've gone through a lot, mostly off the top of my head, utilizing some notes, but if anyone feels important that if like I've missed anything, if you want to mention anything that I may have missed that you felt was important, or if you, like I say, if you've got any questions or anything like that.
No, I don't think you missed anything. At
Yeah,
least
me neither, honestly.
not much, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe like little unimportant things here and there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess one thing that I've just remembered that wasn't really too important in terms of the overall story was there was quite a few conversations of gods and worship and stuff like that between the party, and where they stood, and even fate and destiny and stuff like that. Obviously, everyone holding a different opinion, though some similar and some not so similar. Again, not to get into the details of it, but I just thought it would be interesting to mention because it was a pretty big conversation during your night rest on the sands of Akron-Tor.
So we had that during Sanskrit.
Yeah,
Sanskrit.
that was early on. Yeah.
Long time ago.
Yeah. So, with that said, as long as everyone is happy, as I say, if you've got any questions, then by all means.
No, the only issue I have is I just need to read my character sheet again.
Oh, I feel like also incredibly important that we acknowledge that Jakar is a bit freaky.
In what sense? Because there's a lot of things you could call freaky.
He just tears into bodies when he wants to, as in eats them.
I like the fact that you just said like he like threw bodies down the hole. It's like, what the fuck is wrong?
Yeah, I sort of just like, yeah, that's normal. That's a normal thing for him to do.
Well, yeah, I mean, he made goop.
Yeah, he made goop.
Gotta improvise with what you get.
And what Jakar usually has is bodies. I believe it was also mentioned that you should not eat the fiends or demons of this land.
I mean, I tried, but they disappeared. So
They were slowly disintegrating into this sort of black goop.
yeah.
Yeah.
They just.
Cool. Well, I guess I'll ask the question because obviously you've sort of the ship has landed. You are preparing to rest. Is anyone wanting to talk about anything or do anything before resting for the night, or are you just simply wanting to get the rest out the way and move on to the next day?
Yeah, I don't know
Honestly,
what to talk about.
Like, no, go ahead.
Who was talking first? And I can't remember if it was me or Jakar.
No, I said I have no idea what to talk about. So go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that honestly, if I remember how that last battle went, I don't think anybody would want to talk. I'm pretty sure we just kind of plonked out on our beds, just fucking sleep because that was
Yeah,
that
you're
was
all. Sorry, Demi.
Yeah, I actually did want to ask something from the captain, I guess.
Okay.
And I didn't. The battle didn't go that badly for me. Okay.
No, not for you. Yeah, I mean,
I was down like 2 times, man.
Yeah, and I went to go save her.
Demi has like a little scratch on his chin or something.
To be fair,
Oh, it's so hard, man.
like,
It hurts
the
so
battle-
much.
I mean, it went pretty bad. I had to use all my spell slots on healing, guys.
Yeah. But yeah, by all means, I mean, as you approach the captain, he's sort of just keeping himself busy, cleaning up some of the mess that may have been created. But he's there if you want to ask him any questions.
I don't remember his name, but I'll probably address him by name.
It is. I can get this information. It's Shara, Captain Shara.
Captain Shara. It was a rough fight, but I noticed that the creatures were resistant to fire.
You speak true.
Is there anything else you might be able to tell us about these creatures? Because that, perfectly honest, kind of caught me off guard.
From my knowledge, these creatures, as you call them, they come from somewhere. They are not home here. They usually come from a gateway, a doorway. They are difficult to close, most likely impossible for you and your allies. But if you can find the doorway, then, with the right tools, you would be able to close them.
What sort of tools?
Would require a metal. Wait. And he turns, and he's still within the same sort of vicinity as you, but he reaches over and he grabs what looks like just a normal crate, quite large, but he sort of slides it around, pulls off the top, and he pulls out what looks like a short sword, slightly curved, but short sword in shape and mechanically speaking, and he reaches it out, and he says, "This metal," and he reaches it out for you to take it.
I take the sword.
It comes from the mines of Nara. It is specifically fashioned close the gateways. It is resilient to the magics that find themselves in the gateway, and in doing so you are able to tear the gateway down with it. It will not offer you any further benefits in battle. It is a simple sword. But if you find yourself encountering a gateway, at least you will have the tools to close it. But you will require the strength too.
Thank you. That's might save us.
As for these creatures, I do not pretend to know them inside out, so to speak. But they do find themselves incredibly resistant to most elements. At least the basic ones. You and your god magic. I would suspect you would find more luck with such radiant energies compared to fire, lightning, or cold, for example.
Thank you. That saves me quite some experimentation.
Yes. And the main one, the one that spearheaded the attack, shall we say. As you might have experienced, its spores are somewhat dangerous as well, so trying to keep that at bay, though I'm not entirely certain on a defense against them. My understanding is that once again, clerics of gods have certain spells or waters that does fight against the poison that one would find themselves under due to the spores.
There's something else I wanted to ask. This was quite a challenging battle. Is this normal for such a strong attack?
It is normal to encounter the small ones. Any sort of gestures out the size, and he's, you know, from your encounter, he's referring to the imps. But the larger of rock, we have encountered them previously, but usually one at most, and if they do, they usually flee in fear once you show any form of resistance. This seemed like a purposeful attack, an assault against us. We have experience fighting against these, but not in the numbers that they came this time. Usually stragglers.
Okay. I'll bow off and head over to Brenna, give her the sword. The captain said something about portals which these creatures come through, and might be able to poke the portal with this to close it. I don't really know.
Oh, how does the sword look actually? Like,
yeah. So the handle is perhaps a little bit longer than you would be used to for a short sword. It probably extends to just under half the blade, so it's not quite half the size of the blade, but certainly close to. It's wrapped in what looks like a white and black wrapping that comes to the bottom of the hilt, where there's nothing fancy about the design of it. It looks like a metal cap that's been on there, but it's very cleanly placed, very cleanly forged and designed in its simplicity. The hilt itself is circular and winds all the way around the blade, and as I say, the blade itself is thinner than your usual short sword, and curved slightly as well. It's light as you hold it, and definitely, as I say, a little bit different to the usual short sword. It sort of sits differently in the hand. It feels different as you sort of hold it, and if you were to sort of swing it around for a test swing, it would feel different. It would feel more efficient almost as you swing it. It feels more like your energy isn't being used as much as you do swing it. But yeah, I will say as a smith yourself, like it's simple in its design, but like it's impeccable. Like it's a mastered simplicity.
Yeah. Okay. I'll pocket it. I don't think I'm gonna use it for anything else than closing portals. I don't see why this is better than an axe. So.
Well, the
Don't
captain
exactly see
said
how a sword's gonna close something, but all right.
that they make these in Nara, some special metal. I get out like my maps and I find Nara.
Yeah, so you would find Nara on the heck, you might even remember.
Yeah, I know where it is, but
yeah, I'll describe it for the rest who may not know. You find Nara on the sort of almost the most southern point of Tayatan Suru. It's not too far away from where you were in Chayo. It would maybe be a handful of days travel from Chayo to Nara. To Nara. But yeah, it sits on the sort of southwestern point of Tayatan Suru.
I think someone else mentioned to us that Nara is some sort of a crafting or blacksmithing center. Perhaps we could visit on our way back.
Maybe. Like, I've heard about the metals they mine in the mines here. Would be nice to get my hand on some. I can test it. See how it is. So, yeah, we can probably just go there, but I think maybe we should figure out what's next.
Well, I mean,
First.
on the way back.
Yeah.
Go to Nara and ask the Hinrisha to pick us up in Chayo instead.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted to do, so.
Cool. Anyone else wanting to do anything or touch upon anything?
Actually, yeah. So if the sword closes portals, then what is it, magic or something? What do you think, Demi?
I said it's a special metal.
So,
Maybe it's just a magical metal. I don't know. I don't really know about metals.
yeah, me neither.
I think
Do I
Brenna might
know
know
of any
more.
other metals that has magical properties?
Roll a. Man, we have to think of a good rule for this sort of thing. I'm thinking just like a history check, but like with your proficiency if you're not already proficient.
I am proficient in history anyway, so
yeah, go with a history check then. Yeah, I'll say with advantage. Sorry.
okay.
So if you want to roll again.
Oh,
Oh.
that's the first roll. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's that's a good rule to come back to. Yes, you've definitely heard of certain metals that they are magical, but not like magic to how perhaps we've known it so far in the campaign. In that, like, you've got magical items. It's not that sort. It's magic in that it's imbued with a very low sense of magic that might influence the nature of it. For example, you likely, being from where you are, you might have worked with metals that just took to a certain magic quite well. For example, like a metal that takes to fire really well, in that it deals extra fire damage when you hit something. But that needs to be sort of, what's the word? Forged out of it, I guess. You could, like, as the smith, you need to work the metal to achieve the pinnacle of the imbuement of magic. It's not magical per se; it's a natural element that sort of that deals the quote unquote fire damage. But it is sort of imbued in a very low level of magic. So yeah, you would know, and given that knowledge, you would probably suspect that, given the conversation, that this metal that has been mentioned from Nara is most likely holds some level of imbued innate magic.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll keep it and see if we get an encounter with a wild portal. I don't know how those works. But yeah, I'm tired.
A wild portal.
Brenna
Oh,
says
wow.
with like
Portal
19
appears.
gashes in her body.
Constantly bleeding.
But yeah, with that said, I mean, there's plenty of crew. Obviously, you've only met the main crew, but there is like a sort of night shift-esque type crew that can keep an eye out whilst you rest, and provide warning if needs be. I guess with that, is anyone wanting to stay up and make, like, have their own watch, or are you just sort of relying on the ship and the crew?
Do we feel comfortable? I think we're okay, don't you guys?
Yeah, should be fine, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wake up extra early though, so I can participate in the last shift. After
I mean, you do you, man. I'm sleeping. If they're watching, I'm sleeping. And Hiprin just promptly just falls over in their bed and falls asleep.
Hifrin passes out. As do the rest of you, I assume, eventually. No issues wake you up throughout the night. Dimmy, you obviously get your early wake up if that's what you're wanting.
yeah.
And I will say everyone gets their long rest. So you might want to activate that before you die from a breeze.
Whoa, I'm still
Alright.
exhausted.
So after I wake up extra early, I kind of go off a little bit and sit down and pray in a peculiar language. And I get rid of Fireball. But unfortunately, I'm gonna take a special spell,
Okay.
which will not be offensive, but I really need it.
Okay. A special spell.
Yes.
I'm intrigued. I don't know whether I want to know now or whether I just want to wait and see.
I'll keep it a secret.
Okay.
Ooh.
I might not end up using it.
Time will tell.
Does that mean like it's evil?
No, I don't think so.
Hope it's not evil.
Why would Dimmy be evil? Dimmy is the heal. He's basically healed all of you from death multiple times at this point.
Oh,
Trying to be funny and it failed. I'm sorry.
But as I say, you wake up the next morning feeling well rested. Dimmy, you go through your this ritual process, I guess, as you go through. I mean, what? Without giving like sort of internal things, what does it just look like to the eye, in terms of what Dimmy is doing? Is he just off in the corner, sort of just praying?
Yeah.
As he does.
he's kind of walked away a little bit, sitting behind the tree, cross-legged, meditating and mumbling to himself, hoping nobody tries to listen in. Like he doesn't have to explain anything.
Mhm. Yeah, a lot of the crew were keeping to themselves. Honestly, a lot of them probably see the group now as quite an important asset to their current state, in that they probably wouldn't survive without you all. So they show that respect, and if they were to look over and see that you were doing your thing, they probably would, as I say, show that respect and give you your space. As you do so, the sun begins to rise. As the cleric of Elder looks off and prays, you feel the warmth as the sun rises. Almost a blessing of Elder as you succeed in your ritual and swap out your spell.
Awesome.
Then no, baby, I don't know you.
Yeah.
Maybe I.
If you can
Well-
mute your microphone whilst you have a conversation, please.
What now? Should we just walk up the mountain? Is that the plan, or?
Oh, well, we're
Captain
getting a
laughs.
lift.
Oh,
No,
okay, yeah. Whoa.
You do not want to do that. We will continue our journey. The reason we stayed here was to utilize the river for shall we say, a run-up.
Do you think I can walk up a mountain?
I think that if you were to do so, you would be there much later than us.
Well, yeah, but I'm still very much capable of walking up a mountain.
I don't doubt it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm still a bit tired. I'm exhausted from yesterday, and yeah.
Well, we're not too far away from our target. You might want to, any sort of gestures, like putting a backpack on. You might want to, put the bags on. You know, ready yourselves for exit.
Say this. Hifrin would still be sleeping, having not woken up because they were just flat exhausted. So they're still
That's fine.
sleeping. For roleplay purposes.
How long do you think it's going to take?
Perhaps half a day, but after yesterday, I wouldn't, be careful with... you might require an emergency exit, is what I'm saying.
Oh,
Can't imagine we all want to go through that again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say take a day off, but wouldn't be exactly true because I'm still here. So I'm just gonna sit and calm down and not do anything.
Of course, rest. We are the sailors here, so by all means, relax. Unless you are required, we won't bother you.
Okay. I'll just lay flat on my back and watch like the sky and
Clouds
stuff.
above, yeah.
And clouds, yeah.
And with that said, as the ship takes position, it begins to travel up the river, as it eventually, as you all sort of witnessed before, begins to take take flight, and as the Kaze manipulators at the back of the ship begin to utilize their Kaze, they eventually lift the ship up. It is a reasonably smooth takeoff. Hifrin, just roll a d20 for me, please.
Will you be walking up?
Hifrin continues to sleep through the liftoff. Who wants to roll another dice for me?
Alright.
Sure.
Jakar just got in there. Jakar, roll a d6.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
interesting. With that said, as you continue your journey to the point of interest on Tayatan Suru, Suji sort of, you can tell that he looks incredibly nervous. He's fiddling a lot and playing around, and as probably as a natural response, as the winds pick up quite a lot, it does begin to drizzle a little bit. It's not coming down heavy or anything like that, but there is that sort of light drizzle that comes down. And Brenna, you're probably the first to see it as you're looking up into the sky, into the clouds. You begin to see the darker clouds around. But yeah, a light drizzle does start, and as I say, the winds pick up quite heavily. Demi, roll a d8 for me, actually.
Likely it's doing different way while here and stuff. Like
Coolio?
sleep, kind of like sleepily walk up onto the top deck. Like, hey,
Yeah, you met with a gust of wind and a light drizzle as you get onto the top deck. You rolled a good number, as the wind is blowing further northward than any other direction, and that takes you in a kind of the direction of where you need to go. Perhaps not perfectly, but because of this, it is speeding up the process. It's speeding up the journey, as not only are the crew of the ship sort of, utilizing their kaze to blow the ship in the direction required, so is nature. Nature itself is taking you to your destination. It gets to the point the captain rings a bell and just shouts, "Jump point coming up in about 30 minutes, so prepare yourselves. The door down a deck will do you some good." And as you recall, you did actually come in through these sort of side doors that sort of sat on the side of the ship. You didn't sort of get onto the top of the deck. You came in through doorways. And he says, you might want to use the left door.
This is insane.
proceeds to shut up. Okay, I'll use the right.
What?
By all means. Good luck.
They wink and just stick their thumb up towards him.
Luigi got his bag on.
He does. He looks terrified. He's like incredibly pale. He has his bag on, which has these sort of pulleys that you would pull to release the parachute, and he's sort of fiddling with the strap anxiously as he just sort of stares into the wood of the wall.
You look confident.
I certainly am. Yes. You are. Yes.
Yeah?
You ever jumped from a ship before?
Have I
man.
ever jumped from? No. Have you?
Nope, never.
Nothing new, I guess.
This
You
will be
have
fun.
wings.
Well, yeah, you don't even need a backpack.
There's no point. You can't even join this conversation.
I'm stood there trying to put a backpack on, like,
Can I have yours, please?
I don't
Sure.
think 2 backpacks gonna help you.
You remember that when yours fails, and I have 2.
Well, we're gonna put the other one on your like stomach,
Yes.
or it just seems not secure at all.
Seems
mean-
incredibly intelligent, actually.
if it fails, I'll catch one of you, so.
Just one.
Well, he's
And that's it.
fine.
Pass me the pass me the backup. Yes.
Go ahead.
He
Thanks.
swipes it off you and sort of erratically puts it on and straps it to himself on the front. He looks
And
ridiculous.
you have some cushion now, at least. If you, then they both fail.
Hifrin looks around. Hey, are we close yet?
You said 30 minutes or so.
Alrighty. They're kind of just like wiggling their shoulders a little bit, clearly nervous, but like trying to shake it off.
Right.
Jimmy is not nervous at all. Not worried in the slightest.
They're also slightly behind Suji. Not like just slightly behind him, like maybe a step back.
He's not checking his straps. He's just got it on. He doesn't care much.
Like when a quick one, making sure he's all good.
I'm gonna stand besides. Oh, I instantly forgot his name again.
Suji?
Sushi. And yeah, just stand beside him if I can.
So have you pushed this poor guy to the front? Is he leading the jump?
No one said that.
I've not heard anyone say that they're in front of him.
Not at all.
Jimmy
okay,
shrugs
I'm
and goes in
beside
front
him.
of him.
I'm
I don't
beside
care.
him.
Said he's beside him, so yeah.
There is a slight sigh of relief as Dimmy steps in front.
I'm gonna stand right behind him.
I think everyone has the same idea.
God damn it. You're gonna push him too, weren't you?
Yep.
Alright. So after a little bit, you poor Suji. After a little bit you arrive and once again the captain shouts out and says, "Alright, jump time! Now's better than never."
Turn to Suji. Where
Oh,
exactly should we aim?
I'm gonna
Right there,
grab...
where the water is, and he points into this almost sort of cauldron of mountain, where all sides is just mountain, and in the center is this sort of this lake almost.
Did we see anything like that in the vision?
Roll a history check. Actually,
Gonna
no.
grab
I'll just
Su-
you would have seen a bed of water. Yes.
Okay. I jump out.
All right.
I'm gonna grab Suji's arm and I'm gonna jump.
Hifrin proceeds to just take a couple steps back and then take a running start off of it and just jump.
Yeah. I just fall off backwards.
If
Bloody hell.
not for the the sound of wind blasting past you all, you would be hearing, and Brenna, you probably hear it all the way down. You would just hear Suji just screaming like the highest pitch possible, as you begin to soar down towards the mountain. I need everyone, including Suji, to roll athletics check for me, please.
Athletics? Okay.
Yep.
Me too.
Yes.
Certainly forgot how to fly.
No.
Heck yeah. Looks like we all actually did pretty good because I was athletics.
Where's Sushi? There he is. Alright. Wow, Suji rolled a 14. I was expecting much worse. Okay, so you all begin to sort of free fall. Jakar in the middle, sort of free falling, but also guiding himself with the wings. You're blowing off a little bit, but given the nature, you're able to correct yourself quickly and get back on target. At which point it gets to a point where you feel there's just an instinct that maybe you should pull the cord, and Suji begins to pull his, and if anyone else wishes to pull theirs as well.
If Suji pulls his, I'm gonna pull mine. I don't want to be like.
You don't want to weigh him down.
No. So I'm gonna pull mine as well.
Alrighty. As you all pull, everyone roll a d20 for me, please.
Just to clarify, I wait until all the others have done it.
Okay, so you're free falling for a little bit longer. Cool.
Yep.
But everyone roll a d20 other than Dimmy, of course.
Woo!
Oh no.
Oh, Jakar, you didn't need to either. Sorry.
That's fine.
Okay, right. This isn't good. Although
did Suji's bag fail?
Well, let's have two of them.
Brenna's bag, as you pull the cord off.
Oh shit!
Suji does the same.
Both of them.
Both
I'm
of
gonna
them are
turn
free.
to Suji and just like
What
smile.
about the second?
He's going to
cord
reach.
on-
Yeah, he's going to reach for the backup as he panics. I'm just going to roll something to see if he can keep his cool long enough to do it. As this is happening, obviously, Dimmy, you're just loving life as you free fall.
I'm kind of directing myself as I see that happen because I'm watching. I'm trying to direct myself closer to them at this point.
Okay. He's able to keep his cool. Amazingly, he's able to keep his cool as he reaches for the front pack and pull. As Brenna, I assume, is still holding on to a certain
I'm trying
degree.
to hold as hard as I can, but I don't know. I'm falling. If I can pull along.
Did it fail again?
Hopefully. Oh no.
It's fine. I can catch them both. I don't care.
That might not work. Might not work. Both think that.
Yeah, and I can catch someone too.
Am I directly above the water?
All right, Adam. So I steer towards them, right?
Yeah.
And they're grabbing each other. But as I get to them, and I don't know if mine is gonna work or not, so I'm not gonna risk it. I twin cast fly on myself and on Brenna.
Okay.
That's the secret spell I took.
Nice. So it did come in handy.
Huh, smart.
Okay. So first of all, Brenna, I want you to roll an athletics check for me, as you sort of grasp and try to get back to Suji.
Oh shit.
Oh god. Okay, you struggle. You are struggling to get back to him. You don't quite get back to him, but at this point, Dimmy, you're able to get within range and cast the fly spell. Casting it on yourself, so you now have the ability to fly. Brenna also having the ability to fly.
Whoa.
You are able to just freely fly as you sort of fly around. What is everyone doing as Suji continues to freefall?
I don't think I can catch up with him with fly.
No.
But Jika can probably, because he's not restricted by flight speed. He can just fall after him.
What is the flight speed?
Whatever. It's slower than free fall.
Okay.
Yeah, free fall is just constant acceleration up until terminal velocity.
So I mean, I kind of get myself over to Brandon because I have to tap her to cast it. I cast fly, tap Brandon, and we kind of stop in midair, and I say, "Well, I thought you were gonna hold on to him," as we watch him fall.
So yeah, probably. I should probably dive towards him.
Okay.
Everyone's probably just watching all of this from their parachute, just like, oh shit.
Jakar, roll a... You're going to have to free fall to catch him, by the way.
Yeah, I'll just
Like, to catch
dive
up to him.
straight.
He is falling faster than any of you can fly easily.
Yeah.
Well, Jakar was already diving with us, right? So he was.
Yeah, he was mostly just guiding himself with his wings, I would imagine. Jakar, roll an athletics check again, I suppose.
Oh. Oh.
You begin to fall, but you're getting knocked off off target as you are blown by the wind, blown a little bit further away from him. You continue to fall and fall. He is getting closer to you, but you're falling at such a speed that the ground could come at any moment. Are you wanting to try anything different, or you going to continue to fall towards Suji?
Yeah, I'll try and get him one more time.
Okay, roll one more athletics check. This time the DC is a little bit harder.
Oh.
It doesn't matter.
Luigi Goop incoming.
Demi, could you like stop my spell and then cast it again?
Nope.
Fuck.
Well, we eating goop tonight.
Oh no.
After a few moments of Jakar falling sort of freely, it gets to the point where you would be uncomfortable falling any further as you quickly extend the wings as you become maybe only 30 feet away from Suji. You get to a point where you know that you just can't reach him, and he hits the ground. His body almost obliterated as it bounces off the corner of the mountain and is basically halved as one half flies over one direction, the other half falling further down the mountain.
Oh, that just happened. Yeah.
What now?
And he had 2 parachutes. It's like I'm just hovering with Brenna.
Griffin just floating down like I don't know. Would they have been able to see it?
Why didn't you just... If you had the fly spell, why didn't you like try to get your backpack on him?
What if mine didn't work? I don't want to. Like, I don't know. I thought you were holding on him, like you were grabbing him.
Oh, yeah, but we were falling, and when
Oh,
I
yeah, and I thought
suddenly
that-
stopped falling, it's pretty normal to
I don't know. Like,
let go.
look, didn't expect this to happen. I thought like either you're holding him or Jakar's gonna catch him. I don't know. I can't cast it on 3 people. I can't. Can cast it on 2.
I mean, how unlucky do you have to be? The guy had two
Why
backpacks.
do you talk about this like this is just it was just a bird that flew into a window, right? It's a fucking human that was gonna help us get to where we needed.
Oh, not anymore.
But yeah, no, he's barely a human anymore. I'm gonna slowly fly down to his things and just see if we can get like maps
Parts.
and just
There is
stuff.
absolutely nothing left available to you.
Well,
Yikes.
You'd think they'd check these backpacks.
But as a point, as you've gotten this close, there is a rising bit of smoke coming from within the cauldron where the water was.
is it like a hot spring or something?
No, it doesn't look like that. It looks more like a fire's burning. Like that type of fire.
I mean, to be fair, let's just pretend this never happened.
I guess.
Well, I don't think we have to bury him because he's all over the place.
Should we just
Yeah.
should we say he died this way, or should we like lie and say he something else? If
Well, we're
someone
going
for
to
some reason
report
asks,
soon. Who's gonna ask us?
I don't know. I have never seen a death like this before. I don't know what to do.
Like, maybe we meet the captain of this ship again, and he's gonna ask us, "Well, how did your parachuting go?"
Say
Like,
which
and nobody
ship?
else even knows we are with him.
We're gonna say that 3 parachute failed and caused the death.
Yeah, and we haven't even checked the fourth one. Only
Maybe you should check it now, just to see.
it's a bit late. I'll just
Yeah,
keep
but-
the.
Okay.
I mean, you
how
have to-
often will you?
I don't think it works when you're not falling. You need some speed for it to work.
Yeah, but in what situation? How often would you be in a situation where you need that parachute?
I won't need it. Then one of you can have it. I mean, if I get rid of the spell, I'll need it. Maybe. Anyway, I
Okay.
don't know how we're gonna check it because it needs some speed to see if it's gonna work or not, right? Like the bag is probably gonna open, but if it's all tangled up, it wouldn't work.
I mean, I ripped my cord out. It wasn't very secure. I don't know what happened.
Strip the cord out. Well, there's multiple things that can go wrong with these. I've been told. I think. Somehow I know. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm just imagining things. Anyway, I pulled the cord on the fucking bag.
Are you just flying still?
No, well, I think we're already both like pretty low, but I'll just
Yeah,
see if it rips out or not.
Yeah, roll it.
What are these backpacks?
Timmy just rips on the cord and it just rips out as well. You know what? I think maybe the captain wanted to kill us.
No.
And almost comedically, you see the airship just flying away without any care in the world. As
It's
you,
just
They're not even
one
looking
parachute
how
that
many
deployed.
parachutes opened up. Yeah.
as as only one of your parachutes have worked.
Like still floating down. Like, the only one who.
Yeah, Hilfrin's still got a ways to go.
Just like waving at them.
Where is Hifrin aiming? Are they aiming for the cauldron where the water, like the small lake is, or are you aiming elsewhere?
Yeah, not directly into the water. So
No.
I don't want to water. I want to land near it.
Yeah, there's like flat ground around the water.
Exactly, and I'm assuming that's where the others are. So that's where they'd be aiming.
I'm not sure if they're there yet. If they are, then by all means tell me if
yeah,
that's
well,
where you're flying to.
Yeah, we'll go.
I think
there.
we'll go catch up with Hilfrin and help guide her to the right direction.
Well, Suji is there for sure.
No, we're not going to Suji. That's fine.
There's nothing left. I don't think you want to lick off the mountain rock.
I mean, you know what? For one, I'm relieved. All of this talk about me not attaching my parachute to Suji, who already had 2 on him, wouldn't have helped anyway.
Yeah, I'm not gonna trust backpacks anymore, that's for sure.
Uh.
There are parachutes.
Well, this could have gone a lot better. I hope I see that captain again. I want to talk to him.
Talk
If
to
we-
him? No, if you decide to chop his legs off, I wouldn't be against it, to be fair. This time I think it's deserved.
Why not just give him a parachute and throw him off the ship?
He's gonna definitely be able to use that parachute. I have a feeling that he's gonna be like all cocky and he's like, oh yeah, and
And then jump to his death.
well, that will be preferred, but
At this point, as you are flying and guiding Hifrin down, you sort of fly over the peak, so revealing more of the cauldron here within the mountain range. You see a house, a stone house, with the fire burning as smoke is erupting out of the chimney. You see what looks like a small chicken farm on the side, and it just sort of sits looking over this lake in the center. What also catches your eye is a large, within the water itself. It doesn't look very deep, so probably is a good job that no one tried to land in it. But nevertheless, you see what looks like a circular, swirling, large metal object on the bed of the lake. And on the other side, from the way that you're approaching, is a wooden tower and what looks like a humanoid on top who is just watching you all.
This could either be a very lovely place, or it could not be.
Hifrim would just be wide waving their hand like, hello!
I hope they didn't see what happened. That would be awkward.
Yeah.
Hifrin, as you wave, you also you see a wave coming from the individual who has stood upon the wooden tower.
Oh, he looks friendly.
They just giggle softly to themselves.
Go see how they're doing. If they've flattened anyone recently.
But yeah, eventually you land down, easily guided, Hifrin, and you all are able to freely move around.
And I kind of, as we approach, turn to everybody. I think it's best we just don't mention Suji.
I mean, don't mention Suji.
Yeah, don't mention him. It's too much to explain. I don't know how I'm gonna. If I don't want to explain to anybody.
It's Suji.
I don't think it's too much to explain that a guy failed to deploy 2 of his parachutes and fell to his death. Oh my god, that was a very hard sentence to say.
I mean, it's gonna sound like we killed him, but...
Well, no, but I don't think anyone needs to know, really.
Hello!
Good day. As I kind of shake my head and back into the Akrontorian accent. Good day, whatever it was.
Come on over. It's been a while. Haven't had visitors in some time.
Everyone quickly makes their way over to go say hi, make new friends.
And
I'll try to go through the wall.
As you get much closer, you notice this bear man, this bearkin, adorned in sort of almost ceremonial armor, has this incredibly large, almost mace-like weapon on his back, along with a crossbow that he places down on the table that he had his feet up on, and he just places it down and sort of looks down to you all, and he begins to climb down the ladder. He looks older. His sort of fur is graying, and just the way that he moves around, he looks, as I say, older. He looks like he not struggling, but certainly has difficulty in maneuvering the tower, especially in the ladder. But eventually he lands on the ground and looks to you all and says, "Well, welcome to my humble abode. Been some years since I've had visitors. Why do you find yourself here?"
Okay, friend steps forward and reaches out their hand. Like a handshake.
Yeah, he'll reach his out, and as he takes yours, he sort of bows and just says, "My name is Itan."
I'm Hifrin. This seems like a big place for someone to live alone.
Oh, yes. I haven't always lived alone. I am but the last.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I didn't mean to bring up any bad memories. They set their hand on their chest and bow their head a little bit.
No worry. Again, why do you find yourselves here? Of all places.
We jumped from an airship. And
I
fell.
saw something. My eyes aren't what they used to be. I thought I saw 5 of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was 5.
The other guy went another way because he needed some. He wasn't joining us. He just jumped off at the same stop and.
Make a deception check.
Ifrit is not trying to hide anything. They're just very nervously rubbing the back of their neck and looking away.
Deception.
Down.
Just face palms. Like,
Oh, that was gonna be with disadvantage.
don't mention it, just because it's so hard to just not mention it.
It's a 10.
The bearkin sort of, with his large paws, scratches his chin, sort of cutting through the fur as he does so. And, all right, well, each their own. Still, why are you here?
So, Adam, can I recall back a little bit to the vision again?
Mhm.
You said I would have seen a body of water.
Nothing of this
But-
nature.
Okay,
There was no.
all right,
There was no civilization. There was nothing like that.
but because this is quite a small body of water, so is that what you said, or did you mean a bigger?
Yeah, sorry. What I
mountain
meant
range?
is you would have seen as part of the mountain range that you saw. You would have saw the cauldron of water that you find yourself next to now.
Okay, and would I have an idea, like from our viewpoint, where approximately we were looking from in relation to this?
You
cauldron of
basically
water?
like soared over the mountain range, like following it.
Okay.
It sort of curves round at the most northern point, and that's where it almost hugs and curves around the forest of pink-leaved trees.
So we had a vision of like going up on this mountain range, but no particular point of reference as to where we might want to go.
No, there was no like entering anywhere. You just basically soared over it.
Okay.
Well, do we even know where we're going since our guide is gone?
Well, yeah, Ethan.
Yes.
We are here. We are from Akrantor, and we decided to partake in a little bit of tourism in the land of Zhangli and visit this fabled mountain range, the Titan Sorrel. Heard there are some legendary locations on this range. Perhaps even it is the range itself was once a Titan. Well, when we were hoping to visit some of these locations, unfortunately, as my companions alluded to, our guide left us.
Well, in all of my years, I have never seen anyone enter that door. And he points down towards the circular metal, seemingly doorway that lies on the foot of the small lake. And as a note as well, there must be something. There must be some escape of water, but very, very little. As in the center of the water, you see that sort of that swirl of water, as if it's sort of escaping through somewhere. But as I say, it mustn't be a lot, as the level of the water is pretty healthy.
Do you know what's behind that door?
It is. Make a persuasion check.
Wait.
I'm going to assist. Oh, that sounds fascinating. Actually, I'm just gonna, I think, try to do it as well.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna roll with disadvantage anyway, so.
That's fine. Yeah. Brenna, roll with disadvantage. Demi, roll. Just a persuasion check.
I actually have some experience with doors.
Does it look like? Does it look anything like the door that you told us about?
No. Just as a point, Jakar, the door that you spoke to was a literal face. Like, it was just a stony face.
Oh. I thought it at least had some symbol or something.
Yeah,
Well, I
there,
mean,
there,
I
there
didn't
was a
really look
symbol.
for them, so.
There was a symbol, which I believe I described to you. It was like an arrow, I believe, off the top of my head.
Yeah, the symbol of Therum.
Yeah, but it was basically, it looked like a doorway because there was like a crack down the center, so over the nose, in the middle of the mouth. But essentially, it was just a stone head that was in the way.
Yeah, so that doesn't really help at all.
No, this looks very different. It shares some qualities to the door that you entered in through to get there. The circular sort of dome-like doorway. But as you both sort of make your points, he looks to you and his eyes tighten their gaze towards you, and he just says, Inquisitive, come. Let's have a sit down and relax a little bit, as he sort of heads towards the door of his home, and sort of walks in and gestures for you all to follow.
Oh, I closed the door. I didn't mean to.
Brenna just locks us out.
Better have a word with you.
Find a seat anywhere you can. You know,
Just
fire's
plops.
burning. It's warm, so. Hifrin just sitting on the floor in the center.
Yep, like usual. I also pull out a book.
You're reading whilst I tell my tale.
Oh, you're telling a story.
Disrespectful, Hifrin.
I didn't know he was gonna tell. I'm sorry.
You asked me what I was.
Oh, yes, I did, didn't I?
You asked if I knew what was in there.
Well,
it is a difficult. Well, where do I start? I was part of an order some 50 years ago or so. Time travels strangely when spending so much time alone. But this order was there to protect a city, protect a people, protect a sword. And upon my watch ending, me and my family, we came here. See, the order is not just for protecting the people, but protecting this place as well. We live in peace here, but we are not to allow entrance into that doorway. You all have names, don't you?
yeah.
Yeah, we should probably introduce ourselves.
Oh,
Brenna?
sure, if you want.
That's well, yeah, you can introduce yourself.
Well, my point being is that. Never mind. Only so certain people can enter. Those without names, without attachments. And in my 50 or so years, I have not met anyone without a name. And so I have not allowed any entrance into that place. Within are the trapped souls of the titans that once walked this plane. That is what is
So-
inside.
Oh, it's a grave or something.
A prison, I would say.
Oh.
Do you happen to know a lot about Titans, or
Not
Just this
particularly.
just this particular door?
The door This water, this ground, this home is all that I really know. The titans inside, I know them by name, their souls that they linger within, trapped, constrained.
I imagine they did terrible things to be for them to be able for them to be trapped there.
My knowledge is that they did not do terrible things, they merely existed. See, us smaller kin compared to them did not feel safe around them, I would presume.
Can I ask you why you only let basically nameless people in?
Prophecy. And he gets up and sort of slowly he squeezes past Brenna difficultly, and opens what is essentially a wardrobe, and it has some basic clothing in, perhaps like a dressing gown of some sort or something like that. But within it, sitting at the bottom of it, is a stone tablet. And he places the tablet on the table.
Is it in
kind
a
of
readable
peer over
language?
to read it.
Neither of you understand the language.
Okay.
Wait,
Ethan,
I learned some new languages, by the way.
I doubt it's this one. What languages were they?
Sylvan and Draconic.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I doubt I know it.
Is the carving, or I presume it is like a stone carving? Is it old? Like, how old?
Once again, roll. I'll allow advantage though. So we'll
But
use.
I am exhausted though.
Right. Yeah. Roll a flat roll. We'll use history as a placeholder, I guess.
Whoa.
It is certainly old. You can't really give an accurate but an estimate sort of feeling on this sort of piece of stone, and the carving looks just as old. Is perhaps over 1,000 years.
So if you say it's a prophecy, does that mean you can read it? My friend looks up at it.
I certainly can, yes.
What
Would
language
you?
is it?
Why are you intrigued by this? And he pats the stone.
It proceeds to just start pulling book after book after book out of their bag. Well, I like reading, and knowledge is fun, so I kind of want to know what's on that. On top of that, also, you said it's for people without names, and that kind of makes me think about. Do you know what it says? And can I know? They're just very, very intrigued and excited by it.
Make a persuasion check. Hmm.
15.
It is a rough translation. He begins to brush his hands over the carvings. One without name, or ones without souls. to enter this place of souls, is to bring about this plane of souls. Does any of that make sense to you?
It makes me think.
And he just picks up the stone, tablet, and just puts it back in the wardrobe.
Sounds like it's just for dead people.
Who no longer have names? That people probably had names.
They had, but they no longer need them, pretty much.
They have souls?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably not. Dan, I was wanting to ask.
Yes.
After we had just met you and inquired about some fascinating places on this mountain ridge, you immediately
Yes.
told us about this door that
Yes.
you're protecting.
Yes.
Why would you, if you're protecting it?
I have no fear of you attacking me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Why do you think we were going to attack you?
That's my point. I did not think that you would attack me. And if you did, you would not succeed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you do look pretty strong, especially with that mace. Like, sheesh.
So,
Sheesh.
for ones without names, for ones without souls, to enter this plane, there must be more to it.
You did say it's a rough translation, so
Yeah, it sounds like gibberish now. So
not exactly.
I agree. I dare not to think too much on it. But you see, I cannot allow anyone to enter.
Unless they fulfill conditions stated upon that tablet?
Yes, which I suppose the first would be not having a name.
4 of us are the nameless.
You have names.
That we are referred to as the nameless.
that's still a name.
But that kind of stumps us at the souls part, I do admit.
Yeah, the nameless part can be debated, but the soul, I'm pretty sure.
That's
everyone
why I
has
was
that.
wondering about the precise contents of the tablet.
Yeah, well, what was its name again? Hiffen looks up at Dimmy, seeming to like inquire about the name of the Titan.
Did he introduce himself?
The Titan.
Don't remember. Do you?
The name of the Titan?
No, the one that had us come here.
Oh,
Yeah, did we get a
Pretty
name?
sure.
Oh! I thought you were talking between you.
Well, we are, because none of us can remember.
No, so the vision, there was no name to the vision.
And no, none of Dami's research gave a name either.
Nope.
Okay.
The only name relating to anything of Titan origin is the one that Jakar gathered, which was Theron.
Okay, well that's not even who we're looking for.
no. I'm gonna ask him about it, but yeah.
Ask me about what?
Have you heard of a Titan called Therum? Titan of Hunt?
Yes.
Well,
Is he down there?
I've spoken to him.
The 4 Titans are down there, yes.
Oh.
And he sort of
See?
waves. He sort of waves 4 fingers towards you.
Well, he told me I wouldn't be hunted, but I still don't understand what that means.
Titan of the Hunt. Theorem. They were powerful being who had the power, ability, magics to set upon this plane his earthly minions, shall we call them. If you are not careful, if you found your way between his armies, shall we call them, you could potentially find yourself turned to stone and turned to be part of his armies. You spoke to this Titan.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just a part of him.
The physical forms still exist on this plane. The Titans never died. They merely stopped.
What are the other Titans? Who should I say?
He will scratch his chin as Adam brings up the notes for the other Titans. The other 3 are Sallow, the Titan of the Chant, the Titan of Ice, of Water. You have Axia, the Titan of Ruin, the Titan of Fire and Smoke. Theorem, as you have heard, the Titan of Hunt. And finally Hora, the Titan of Sight, the Titan of Air and Storms.
Any of those sound familiar to you guys?
Do it.
I will only allow Brenna to make a history check.
With this.
Oh, what I mean is from the vision.
Oh, no. And
Oh, I
not
don't
even to
know
Brenna.
anything.
So no. Obviously Theorem, but apart from that, the other 3 are just names and titles to you. It is believed. It is believed that the tablet was one part of many. And that other part would allude to the release of the souls of these titans. Now, it is believed, told, recited that these other parts could tell of the freedom and good that these titans would bring, the security and defense against the darkness that approaches. But it also could tell that they are the ones that bring such darkness. Prophecies, they speak in riddles and are often untrue. There are truths in them, but are often not factual themselves. I take them with a grain of salt, and the tablet, well, more of a interesting read than anything.
So, what if I told you that the 4 of us were sent by one of these titans that we don't know the name of here to release it? Eh?
That sounds concerning.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
But depending on what the other tablets suggest, perhaps it is a good thing to release them. Perhaps it is bad.
To keep them.
We do know what the Titan in the vision looks like, right? would you be able to identify it if we like made a drawing of him?
I'll have to bring my notes up. I don't believe you ever saw the Titan in the vision.
I think we only heard his voice. And I
Yeah.
could have sworn, if I'm remembering correctly, there was a storm that was raging, or at least there was raining or something while the vision happened. Like in the vision,
Yeah.
it was raining something, right?
That is true.
Yeah, my memory of it is very vague. So
It's the storm vision.
You did see, so you saw the mountain range. It was more so the words that he was saying which suggested he was a Titan more than seeing a Titan. He confessed to being a Titan and that he required to be released.
yeah, I mean,
Well,
the next problem we have is we don't have a guide.
well, maybe Itsu can help us to find out where the other tablets are.
I would have no idea. The tablets presumably lost. I am not the first of the order to arrive here and protect the gate. When I arrived, only that tablet existed. No others.
Would you feel if we try to get in or release the Titan? How would you personally feel about that?
It is my mission to protect that door, to not allow entrance. You claim to be called the Nameless, but I do not know you.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, you've lived here for a large period of your life, so I wouldn't really expect you to know us.
My meaning
Anyways.
is that I would not feel entirely comfortable letting you enter without understanding your true intentions.
I don't know about the rest, but personally, I don't know what we are doing. We just kind of got like this order to free this Titan, and that's it. We don't know why. We don't know what we get from it.
Oh, we did get something from it.
Yeah, we got something, but we didn't. We don't know what happens when we free him or her or whoever it is.
So anyway, we don't really want to go in as much as we want to let someone out.
I'm sure if you were to release the souls, you would have to enter. You can see in if you want to look in. There's glass upon the door.
We have to swim underwater?
Certainly.
I do want to take a look.
Heaven promptly gets up, sets her backpack down, and just starts walking to the thing. So walks
Okay.
in out.
I'm going. Just walks over as well.
Water's about 5 foot down, like from the ledge.
Is I need to swim in this, or I can walk in this?
You
depth,
would need to
though?
swim.
Okay.
It's not too deep. It's like maybe a depth of 10 feet or so.
Everyone kind of taps their chin and then says, screw it. Starts taking their armor off and then like down to their underclothes, and then dives in.
All
I
right.
mean, it's much quicker taking off his armor because he doesn't have to take off half plate.
Yeah, I believe half plate takes like 20 minutes to.
At least 10 for sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Regardless,
But-
let's do it.
Sure.
They would start. When we start.
Robes go off and
Are you
going
like
to
naked
swim.
or you just are you? I'm not
I,
gonna
th- I
finish
think
that.
people wear clothes under robes, but I mean, I could be wrong.
What?
Everyone would just seeing him take his stuff off and just like, oh, okay, I guess I don't have to do this.
But yeah,
Reclips the buck.
Dimmy, as you remove the robes, you're able to dive in and swim to the center of it, where the large glass sort of window looks down into a cavern system, which it's really bizarre. Obviously, you're in water and you're looking through this glass, and you're looking into a cave system that has this sort of funnel, like straight down this hole where there is a little bit of water down there, and you can see there's water dripping from the glass down into this sort of hole. And the hole's wide, quite wide. So the hole is about 30 feet wide. So wide enough for whatever, for the water and stuff. You also see quite a dark cave, but you have like, is it 120 feet of dark vision? 60.
I have 60 base. Yeah.
Yeah, for dark vision.
Oh yeah.
Make a perception check, Dimmy.
Perception check. Good guidance. There we go. 15.
15. As you look down, you see 4 statues. They are stone statues, so from where you are and the sort of darkness of the room, it's difficult to pinpoint details, but you can see that they're all holding a shiny white bowl. Very large bowl. The bowls themselves have like symbols within, and each symbol looks different. From this point of view, it's the description of the symbols is difficult to garner just because of, again, the distance and lighting. And then in the northwest and northeast corners of this cave are 2 very large metal doors. And that basically makes up the room.
Alright, and this door, does it seem to have any mechanism?
No mechanism.
Handle?
But as you make an investigation check for me as well.
Hmm.
14.
On the glass that you're on, it all comes to the center. There's sort of breaks in the glass, I guess, for lack of a better term, which is sort of like, there's like 4 triangles that make up this circle. The glass likely pulls open in some direction, some way, which would grant entrance. This whole metal thing isn't like... Oh, that's the wrong thing. This whole metal thing isn't the door, but this centerpiece where the glass would slide open to a certain degree is the doorway.
Okay.
As for how to open it, you don't see anything that would open it from where you are.
That's fine. I'm gonna summon my pillar of light here and get out.
Okay. As you
Do you think teleporting through the door would work?
I'm not doing that right now. I think it would work, but also I would only
I
be able
don't
to
think
do
it
alone.
looks very good that 2 people go out to look at the door and only 1 person gets back in.
Yeah.
Anyway, I summon the pillar of light and I get out and I look at Hilfran, and I also look around. Is what's his name watching?
Itan?
Yeah.
As you come up, you can see him like peeking through the window. He's not like out the door watching you, but he is certainly keeping an eye on you.
And Hilfran is still removing their armor.
They actually no, yeah, they would have continued and just decided to finish taking their armor off.
Yeah, Demi just suggest try your special sight. Maybe you'll see something. Not much that I could see.
Okay, give me a minute. However long it takes to strip them.
Continues for another 10 minutes.
Yeah. So having done that, I'm just gonna go over to it and I say, has that ever happened before? There's some. I went to the door and some light appeared.
A light appeared?
And yes, can you see? That's bizarre.
He's gonna get a better view and like pop his head out the window. As my cat causes chaos behind me. He's gonna stick his head out the window and look, and he sort of barges past you. What is that?
Why couldn't you just tell him what you do, Denny?
Oh no.
Did you touch it? What happened?
Yes.
Why?
I just got there, looked through it. I prodded the door a bit. Didn't open.
He's going to climb up the ladder. Up to the very large
the pillar
tower.
of light.
God. He gets to the top, picks up his crossbow, and as he looks down, the pillar of light is gone. And you didn't touch it.
Touched it.
You poked it.
Didn't say I couldn't touch it.
Did it make a noise? Did it move?
No.
Did it?
No.
Perhaps forces of darkness are coming. You see the head of Itan begin to rise as he looks up to the skies.
Also look up into the sky.
Up to like half. What's going on? What are we looking at?
At this point, for the sake of expediency, Hifrin, your armor is doffed.
Okay.
Itan just continues to look up. Crossbow in hand.
Different just shrugs. And again, like I mentioned, strips down to their underclothes, and then decides to dive into the water. Go take a peek at the thing Demi mentioned.
As you dive in, anyone sort of looking in the direction of Itan would notice his glance from the sky down to the water as he aims his crossbow, as the splash happens. But yeah, you're able to swim towards the doorway as well.
Yep. I kind of do a similar thing. Look down there, see if my dark vision can help me out. Maybe because I noticed those the circle orb thingies, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Do you think Hiffin might be able to make them out? See what appears in those little
circle. Hold on. Sorry. I said yes without even thinking about what you said. Circle orb thingies? The bowls?
Those bowls.
My hands, right?
The bowls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Circle orb thingies. Totally the same.
Yeah, you notice them. Roll a perception check though. See if you can figure out like any further details.
Better than Demi's.
This isn't a competition.
I know. Trying to make it a competition. I'm saying statistically.
As you look down, similarly, it's difficult to figure out details from this height and the distance and the darkness. Although you have dark vision that extends further, it's still dark vision. It's still grey and difficult to make out intricate details. And the symbols on the bowls are certainly intricate, to say the least. But as you look down, you don't notice much anything else. You do notice that there's some there's 4 pillars in there as well, almost sort of hidden away beyond some of the natural stone caved wall. And on those pillars, on each one, there's a torch. It's obviously not a light. It is completely darkness. But nothing new to mention. Actually, yeah, you do notice also on the statues, on the large statues, on the base of them is a metal plaque, but it's too far away to see what's written on it.
Probably guessed that it's like a warning or a name or something, though. Because it is a metal plaque plastered in the bottom of a statue of what's supposed to be a prison for Titans. So,
Sure.
kind of just, yeah, it's whatever.
Your thing. Use your thingy.
But, whatever.
Anything else?
No, Tiffin just hops on out of the water and looks over at Dimmy and says, I mean, I couldn't say anything else.
You use your special ability.
Oh! I...
Maybe
No.
you want to take another look?
I don't see why not. Tiffin just taps the side of their head a little bit and kind of giggles and just activates that.
Again.
See if we can't see anything else.
Are you looking down into the?
Yeah, back down in, and with that. Boop-a-doo-doo-doo.
That thingy.
Yeah, my feet.
As you look down now, you see, and this is why I was so like thingied
Yeah.
about it before. You now see the bowls are full of a large orb, large enough to almost overflow the bowl. And when I say these bowls are large, I'm talking like 10 feet wide.
Yeah, fuck up, Izzy.
So it's quite a large bowl, and now they are sort of filled with this sort of overflowing orb. You
Like
can't-
an aura?
like an
or-
aura. It almost looks like a physical, incorporeal. Actually, would be a better word. An incorporeal being that is sort of almost curled up inside the bowl.
Are there any, I guess, important features that I could make out on them? Like what? Yeah.
Not from this distance.
That's.
But they seem like they are
Asleep or dormant, maybe?
dormant, sleeping. Yeah, those are good words. The exact words I was about to use.
Hippin immediately swims back up, kicking off the floor, and just. They're. Yeah, that's. Swims back to the shore, and then starts explaining to Dimmy what they saw. It's weird. I don't know what to think of it. So.
You see anything weird outside of it as well?
Not that I
Oh.
saw it. It just seemed like just the stuff in them. Like,
So I will say, in most places, you've always seen something. Like when you've used your sight, you've always seen like those little fishies just swimming around in the air.
yeah.
This place is empty.
I mean, yeah. They would end up noting that too. I mean, the one thing I did see is Do you remember the fish?
The fish that you keep talking about, of course.
Yeah,
Every time,
Or-
every
but
time you
they-
do
they-
it,
they
it's
weren't
fish.
here.
So there's no fish here?
No fish.
Interesting.
No fish.
Kind of made me sad. I wanted to see them again.
Interesting.
Hifrin's still not.
What are
At
you
this
doing
point.
down there? Any more light?
There's some weird stuff going on in that hole. Yeah, weird stuff.
So, Ethan,
Yes.
you will only let us in if we find the other tablets, but the other tablets are lost, so how the hell are we supposed to find them or convince you to let us in?
Not what I said. The tablets are somewhat relevant to me. I take some truth from them, but I am sure they do not hold the entirety of the answers that we seek.
That may be more than we have, yeah?
Do you have something in mind that we could do to convince you?
You could stay the night.
Sure.
He's full.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
Perfect.
I mean,
I mean, it's an awful way long back down the mountain, you know?
Of course. I will cook for you tonight. Provide you food and drinks, and tomorrow I will be sad to see you go. And he once again slowly clambers down the ladders down to the ground.
hey, Dimmy, you want to give me a hand with this? And they gesture over their armor.
Sure.
Just help me get back inside. I'm not gonna bother putting it back.
Oh. Okay.
Like I was saying,
drags
you could-
drags
Yeah,
drags
exactly.
the half-blade over. Is like a bit confused. I don't know why it looks like I'm any better at dragging half-blade around.
It's heavy. Yeah. I have to wear it all day. It's not as hard wearing it, but carrying it's annoying.
You were saying, Brenna?
Well, we got rudely interrupted, but you can't just lick people off the rocks, okay?
I mean,
You want it on the rocks?
What? No,
Your drink.
nothing. No.
no, she means our guide.
Ah,
Is he coming?
No.
No, he's dead.
What? You said-
what is up with you, Hifrin? Why are you
I'm sorry. We jumped out of an airship and his parachute didn't work.
Airship. I thought that was just
It didn't work, and he fell and he died.
Parachutes, actually.
I feel bad about it.
Yeah, he had to.
That is a
Because
lot
mine
of
is-
information that just came at me very quickly. So, the person that went a different way didn't go a different way, just died.
Technically, he went a different way.
He died. Technically, that's a different way.
Begins to scratch? Begins to scratch his head. Ugh.
Fiddling with her.
I mean, I tried to save him, but, yeah.
Does
We
anyone
didn't-
want
we-
eggs?
Yeah,
No.
sure.
Thanks. I'm just not gonna eat. Yeah. And then they just go back outside.
She getting goop?
Oh,
Probably not.
Fucking damn it.
man. I don't know how I ended up with you, Jakar.
What's that mean?
Oh, we can't get into this now. We try not to scare this poor man who haven't seen people in years. Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was gonna, I'll ask him.
No.
So
Yeah. You always say that.
Different
Yeah.
at hour, and he's just sitting up there with their legs dangling off, reading a book.
I will gladly take as much as
Hippie.
how many eggs you are willing to give me.
Oh,
I am very hungry.
6.
Well, we can see how many I don't know how much I can eat right now, so I'll just eat as much as I can as possible. So,
Alright, I'll do extra eggs.
how many chickens in totals do you have out there?
23.
That's a lot for one person.
you must really like eggs, huh? Or chicken.
Or both.
Do you have like any like vegetables or any other type of food source here?
So, yes, I have some leaves.
Leaves.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want a leaf?
Oh, thank you.
He reaches through his window and grabs a leaf off his bushes outside, and I will add it as an option.
By
Optional.
the way, if you don't mind me asking, what race are you actually exactly?
What are you?
They refer to me as an Ursine.
Never seen one of your kind before.
We've spoke about this. You have.
Have I?
They are.
Shukai, he probably doesn't remember.
I mean, that's true. They are.
If it wasn't very tasty, why would he remember?
There is a large tribe and clan of them from the very same jungle that you're from.
Wow.
Huh. So yeah,
You just say that. I haven't seen you before, even though you have. Man.
must not be very tasty then, huh?
Not very memorable, apparently.
If anyone does decide to just look at Hipron, they're just minding their own business, kind of like munching on something they pulled out of their bag. Because they heard eggs and they're like, yeah, no, I'm good.
So are you also from the Galmi jungle?
No, I'm from here. Well, not here. Gestures to the ground. But from here, and he gestures out wider.
From this continent, this land.
From this country, this continent, very large, very big.
Yeah.
This country, much smaller. I'm from Nara.
That makes sense, I guess. You did
Why?
say you've been here for a while.
Yes.
Did you when you first you said you were part of this group,
Yes.
and you said you did you say I might have just heard this wrong, but did you say you protected a sword or like
Indeed.
guarded a sword? What kind of sword was that?
The sword was the katana of Tsuyosa. We were Mamoru. We protected it. The sword. The sword with souls of dragons within.
Sounds very interesting.
Powerful. Nara was one of few cities on this plane of existence to survive the onslaught of the dragons thousands of years ago, and it was because of that blade. And it now houses the souls of the slain dragons. Powerful artifact. but an artifact embedded in history, in our culture.
And it is still protected to this day, you think? Or
The last I heard of it was 50 years ago,
and
which
it
is
was
when the
still...
new Mamaru took over.
Okay, yeah. That sounds very interesting. I would like to, if for some reason I could see that sword, that would be cool.
Good luck.
Yeah,
We're going potentially to visit Nara. Maybe I can see it.
maybe.
Nara is a beautiful city, housing so many great smiths and forges. You will find great steel there, better than what you wield now.
Oh, it would be interesting. I come from a large family line of blacksmiths and stuff. So
And
I
a
know,
visit to Nara will do nothing but inform and expand your knowledge, my friend.
yeah, that would be nice to learn some new things, and especially about the steel I've heard so much about. I would like to test its properties.
Indeed. And he turns around once again and pulls the mace off the back and sort of pats it and just says, "The metal there is useful," and is going to reach out for you to come and get it if you want to.
Oh yeah, I'll stand
Different
up
just- By the way.
and look at it.
Yeah, as you grab it, it's lighter than you were expecting. As you sort of turn it, it almost has this sort of as you turn it, it sort of hums a little bit. It follows a sort of quite a similar what's the word? Simplicity as the sword does. Once again, this time with this sort of blue wrap all the way down the handle. It's more like a maul than anything, but with a mace head on the top of it. But it's very large. Like it's taller than you. It's almost as tall as this Ursine, who probably stands around 7 foot tall. The head of it is the most interesting. Rather than it being a spiked mace, it is just a sort of ball on the end, and it's a similar steel as you can tell as you look at it, but it's weathered and old, and it has this sort of yellow tinge to it. But as you look at it, it doesn't look like it has deteriorated despite it looking old. In fact, it looks like it is only grown in strength and in power and utility as it's aged. Again, its simplicity stands out to you, but again, masterfully crafted and created.
Cool, and I'll hand it back to him.
He takes it one hand and just sort of swings it over his back and shoulder and places it back and attaches it to his back.
I'll go back to the sofa and sit.
Anyways, eggs. Pulls out an incredibly large platter just full of eggs, and places it on the table and just says, "Been a while since I've had visitors, so apologies. But
Is it
help
boiled
yourself."
eggs or like fried eggs or what?
Fried.
Okay.
Fried egg. "But help yourself to the eggs. Have as many as you want. There are leaves there as well," and he just places the leaves on the side.
I'll have some eggs.
Yeah, I'll do too.
Is that meant to be a joke?
What?
Hip points at the leaves.
No.
I pick up a leaf and taste it.
Tastes
it
rather
leaf?
minty.
Oh.
But the air sign
Wait.
looks at you, Hifrin, and just says, "By all means, you're free to eat stone if you desire."
I'm good. Thanks.
The leaves aren't half bad. Evan.
To be fair,
Okay,
different.
but
Oh, whoa. But yeah. Well, like what time of day is it now?
It took you like little less than like 4 hours to get here, so it's still like early-ish. It's probably early afternoon.
I'll just eat my eggs and not put leaves on because I don't want minty eggs.
Well, as I say, help yourself however you want. I'm going to keep eye. The light has concerned me.
You do that. Yell if there's something that happens and we'll come out.
Of course. And you all see, whether through the window or through the doorway, the air sign clamber up the ladders. Take his position in his rocking chair, and feet up, crossbow on the lap, ready, and he seems to be eating an apple of some sort.
Jimmy, why couldn't you just tell him that you did that? He's
gonna keep watch anyway, regardless of what I tell him.
I mean, I guess he thinks that you did something to the thingy or activated something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe...
that was my intention.
Oh.
Why?
What is it?
I thought maybe he will think that, I should let them in. The door clearly is reacting.
Well, it only reacted to you. Didn't react when I did anything in there.
Yeah, I've thought about that, but then he was looking at you with his crossbow, so I decided, let's not make him shoot.
Wait, he was?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh! That's not
He
good.
seems nice, but he also, he seems very happy to have visitors, but he seems very cautious.
Fine. He asked us to stay. We'll ask him again tomorrow. What the hell do we do to get in?
I don't think he's gonna tell us. And...
Well...
I don't think yes. And we might want to try to learn something about that tablet thing. Did he tell you anything?
No. But what can we learn? I could read it tomorrow. But that will be tomorrow, and I would need somebody to distract that guy.
You could probably distract him.
I mean, yeah. You could talk about metal or something.
I was more thinking having a fun fight or something, but we can also talk about metal.
You distract him tomorrow, I will be able to read the tablet, but it will be tomorrow.
Yeah, but I don't know if this guy's a fighter. He seems so maybe he's oh yeah, we have some action, just a little friendly fight, right?
Pretty sure he's a fighter.
No, you can distract him. Don't worry about that. But I would prefer for him to allow us to enter rather than doing things behind his back. He seems quite intense.
Yeah, but he seems very nice also.
That too.
So I don't want to really hurt him or anything. So
I also
Good.
would not hurt him. He seems like he gives good hugs.
Could also just go at night while he's sleeping.
Yeah, but what if it makes a big noise and it
No.
wakes him up? Mad at
Probably
us.
will. That probably will happen.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, so maybe nighttime isn't the. Maybe just. I don't know. Maybe we should try to find those other tablets. Or
Well, we
something.
don't even know where to look. That's the problem, right?
Well, find information on them or something.
Okay.
We don't have any information.
Well, he said he had friends who used to live here, right? Maybe we could. I don't
Said
know.
that,
They're probably dead.
yeah, they probably with Suji now, and he said by the time he got here with his friends, there was already only one tablet, so none of them had any idea where the others are.
Well, they had to come from somewhere, so maybe.
Yeah, this place is ancient. Like,
Exactly. Maybe find a library or something and get information on this shit. I mean, you know, put our noses down and search. It might be a good idea, but I don't know. Who knows? You know,
don't see a library around here.
that's okay. Fair.
If we have to go to a library, it's probably going to be a week or more of climbing down this mountain. And then another airship ride and some more parachuting.
More
I-
traveling,
We're
which we
tired.
have spent like half a year doing.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
We are so
spent-
close.
we spent a month. Yes.
Yeah, but we've been traveling a lot.
But also, we were sitting around on a ship, not hiking mountains. Let's try to solve this without leaving first, and
Yeah.
then if we can't, then we'll go wherever you want to find a library. I don't even know where there are libraries in this place.
I mean, there are the big cities, so maybe we could search there. Like that one. What was it called? Nara.
Alright,
Yeah.
sure. I'm going there anyway. But okay, so do you want me to read the tablet tomorrow?
Yeah.
I mean, go for it.
Okay, awesome. So tomorrow morning, I'm gonna wake up early again. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to be able to read the tablet, and then after breakfast, you need to distract that guy. So I got 5 minutes to myself.
I'll see what I can do, but I need your guys' help.
You got mine.
All right. Guess that's it for today then. And we just spend the night now.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Can't wait to sleep on a hard floor again. Hmm.
Can sleep with the
You do all-
chickens. They seem to have some hay.
I don't mind rocks though.
I mean, if you want to sleep with the
My
chickens.
entire life in a mountain. So I'm happy. Does wait, okay, I'm gonna go and just peek out the door.
Okay.
Does he seem interested in, like, suspicious of what we've been talking about? If he
No, his legs are still up on what looks like a chest, for a better description of it. And he's just got an apple in his hand, and he's chomping away,
Yeah.
looking off into the distance.
Hey, we're gonna sleep tonight.
Yes, good plan. Sleep. Rest.
Is it like would we need to sleep outside or inside or?
You can sleep in. We have spare bedrolls if you require them.
We have our own, so that's fine. But
Oh,
we've been traveling a lot.
If you
So
make space, you can sleep on the ground.
yeah,
In the house.
we'll figure it out. You can just do whatever, continue watching or go to bed. But we are getting ready to just relax.
Yes, well, I'm tired. The excitement of today has exhausted me, so I will retreat into my bedroom. And despite this door looking like it's open, it is actually closed.
Okay.
An illusion of the mind.
Oh,
Good night, Ethan.
Good night.
kind of like push the chairs in and just like push maybe the sofa or get things ready for
Mhm.
everyone to get a place to sleep on.
There is still some time of the day left,
Yeah, there's quite a bit.
and use my downtime stuff then.
Mm-hmm.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Oh yeah,
All
that's right. We have some
How-
things that we
How
can do, yeah.
many hours do we have, Adam?
Of downtime, you've probably got like, we'll say 7 hours.
It's 7 rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I have to roll 7 times as well?
Let me double check what it says on yours. Brenna,
I have Constitution ability
downtime.
check.
For every hour spent. Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't mine 2 hours?
Let's have a look. Downtime. Every 2 hours spent, yeah.
Okay. So that means I'd get 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mine is every hour, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So that's 7.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa.
Everyone's starting with the good rules. Wow.
Got
Shakar?
1 and a 2.
Oh my god, I'm gonna.
Shakar, I hate you.
Why?
You can't do it like that, I'm afraid.
I can't.
He can edit the progress, right? So.
Yeah, manually. I'll do it.
Yeah.
You
I mean, I
succeeded.
can do it myself, right?
You succeeded once.
It's not really worth rolling them separately at this point. Okay, I'm gonna wake up extra early again and find some privacy from the bear.
Okay. Actually, wait 2 minutes. Sorry, you didn't add your dex to it. They weren't dex rolls. So actually, that would have been 2 successes. Yeah, just 2 successes.
Oh.
You should have
Yeah,
pressed the
like-
button.
Yeah, in future, if you go to downtime and then hover over your downtime activity, a little dice will appear. When you roll that, it'll automatically adjust the progress depending on what you roll.
Okay, so it has a modifier as well.
Yeah, because you're training your dex, so it takes that into consideration.
Okay.
But yes, as you rest for the night, it is a peaceful sleep despite you sleeping on the ground. It is silent. There's a wind that sort of blows through, but it almost feels like this area is protected from the nature, or at least threatening nature. But yeah, you sleep through Dimmy, as you say. You wake up sort of early on to do what you wish to do.
Right. I'll swap out fly for comprehend languages.
Okay. Where are you doing your thing? Are you just doing it in the house, or are you going outside?
Is he sleeping still?
Roll a perception check.
Well, I'm gonna find the bear man first.
Okay, you can't see.
Alright, I'll try to find him.
Okay.
I'll roll the perception.
It was more so, yeah, you hear him. You hear him snoring from his bedroom,
Alright.
so no need to look out for him.
I don't want to go like right next to him, but I want to go like I'm gonna get up here into his spot because I can't immediately see from downstairs what I'm doing, and I'll meditate up here.
Okay. And what time are you waking up?
Like after I've had my rest. I imagine went to bed quite early, so this would be
Oh.
like 5 in the morning or something.
So like, just as like sunrise is coming
Before sunrise.
before sunrise.
So,
Okay. And what is your passive perception?
Passive perception is 14.
Okay, good to know. So yeah, you go through your ritual. Once again, swapping out your spell. The sun rises, and with your passive perception of 14, the sun just it sort of guides your eye as you open your eyes from your ritual. It guides your eyes as it just peeks up over the top of the mountain, and as you sort of look towards the door, your eye is brought to this wall here.
But okay.
It is covered in
What?
vines and covered in flowers and stuff like that. It's difficult to see through, but you do see carvings on it.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna get down to the wall and try to take a look.
You see a large wall with carvings of symbols and I guess characters that you would find recognizable from the tablet that Itan showed you.
Alright. I mean, it's a good time as any to cast Comprehend Languages then.
Okay.
As well as Mage Armor.
Just to be safe. So on the wall, it starts a new sentence. It just says, and this is like a straight sort of what's the word? Translation. It says, "Seek a gift of power within, and the light in the dark." Wait a second. That's a typo. Seek a gift of power within, and the light in the dark will be released.
And the light in the dark will be... is there a handle to open this place?
Nothing like
Is
that.
there some... I'm gonna place my hand on it.
Okay. As you place your hand on it and sort of move some of the vines, before that sentence starts, where it said "seek a gift of power," there's a suspiciously square gap in the stone wall. As if
Almost
it's
like
missing a tablet.
Almost like it's missing. Okay. Fascinating. I'm gonna walk over. Is he still snoring?
Yep.
I'm gonna just go for the tablet. Whatever.
Oh shit.
I'll be very quiet.
Roll a stealth check.
Snoring like hell. Can I roll sleight of hand because I'm carefully withdrawing the book from the drawer?
You can roll a stealth check if you're moving around. So are you moving around quietly?
Well, I'm moving around pretty normally because I'm not afraid that will wake him up.
Okay. Yeah. Roll a sleight of hand then.
Right, I'll guide myself. Actually, that's a verbal, but I can whisper. I'll guide myself. Alright.
Oh, nice.
No need.
Doesn't matter.
I expertly extracted that
Yeah. Almost as
without
if it wasn't made of
opening
stone.
the drawer.
You just pluck it out of there like no problems whatsoever. Yeah, you grab the tablet.
All right, what does it read?
This part reads something that he did not say. The ones who are named without sight or right may enter to seek the souls they see.
Those who are named without...
I'll post it in the Discord again.
So can you read the whole or post the whole thing, please?
Mm-hmm. So there's that. So the whole thing would read: the ones who are named without sight or right may enter to seek the souls they see. Seek a gift of power within, and the light in the dark will be released.
And what about the nameless stuff that he talked about?
Nothing about that. The only name thing that it says the ones who are named.
Okay. All right. Oh, do I recognize the language now as well, or do I
Uh,
not get that benefit?
Yeah, we'll say that you recognize the language as an roll a history check. It's certainly Zhonglian in origin.
Okay.
but
I
not-
don't know what the language is then.
Okay.
Why would I?
I mean, you've seen some of the language.
Okay. Sure.
Like you spent time in Yaoman and stuff like that. So yeah, you have no fucking idea.
Yeah, don't try to know what the language is.
I mean, is the one man right now, so maybe they know.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone else is still sleeping.
Yeah.
Don't see why not.
Um,
Kiffin's probably curled up around a book.
The way that I see it is that you've just sort of walked in, you plucked a stone tablet out with like your finger and thumb as if it's like a feather, and then you're just sort of
Holding
standing there holding it, deciding on what to do next.
Those who are named without sight or right may enter to seek the souls they see. Sight or right? What the fuck would that mean? I'm just gonna wake someone up. I'm gonna flip a coin. I don't know. Wait, who would
Just
I
roll-
even wake up? I
just
roll a d6.
6. First two numbers are me. Second two are Brenna, and then
Man.
the other are fucking Jacob.
Okay.
Hey, I'm
So
gonna try to wake her for now.
I think you did.
how much force are you putting into it? Are you just kind of like rocking the?
I'm gonna poke you from a safe distance. What's that?
Yeah, that
Just on your shoulder. Hey, wake up!
Mm.
I translated your book.
What?
Translated your tablet.
What do you mean?
Come outside.
Probably snoring as well.
I drag her from outside. Show her this wall. All right, I have no idea what the hell this means. On this tablet, it actually says, "The ones who are named without sight or right may enter to seek the souls they see." And on the door over here, it says, "Seek a gift of power within, and the light in the dark will be released." And it seems like the tablet fits in here. Now, the ones who are named without sight or right.
I mean,
What is that supposed to mean?
I saw the souls, whatever.
We can barely hear you.
Barely hear you, yeah.
Yeah, you're like far away from the microphone or something. Oh, she.
Hifrin? Are you there? Hifrin, are you there?
I think we broke Hefren.
Yeah.
Gonna go like
2 seconds.
Hifrin is deep in thought. I'm gonna go wake wake the others up. Just poke them.
Do I get my full rest? Can I get my exhaustion level?
Yeah, you can get rid of your exhaustion.
Yeah, thank you. Oh.
Come here. Basically, I show them the door and explain the same. I got no idea what this means. Those who are named without sight or right.
What is everyone's passive perception?
12.
19.
Oi.
19? 19 you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You see that there's more to be revealed.
Okay. I walk up to it and move a bit of what what's covering the remaining part.
Okay. The first bit that you reveal is... So straight from where it says released, it says, the one with the foresight to see what's right.
Like just clear it all up. Come on.
Yeah.
The next bit says, the one with the might to fight what comes.
Okay, so this is clearly us, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing on the like the pedestals in the.
Okay, so
crystal.
clearly we may enter. Do you want to talk to the bear guy first, or just go?
We can probably talk to the guy that we have seen something similar and see.
all right.
This
I'll. Well,
Place
before
the
he woke
tablet
up,
back.
I'll put the tablet back.
Do you want the last bits?
Yes, I'll let them clear it up. I'll just before he wakes up, I'll just put it back just in case.
Okay. The last bits are the one with the dark, the one with the dark in the light, the one with the eyes to judge me right.
Yeah, that's us.
Okay.
Clearly.
So altogether, it says the ones who are named without sight or right may enter to seek the souls they see. Seek a gift of power within, and the light in the dark will be released. The one with the foresight to see what's right, the one with the might to fight what comes, the one with the dark in the light, the one with the eyes to judge me right.
So the first one is me, the second one is Ephraim, third
No.
one is...
No, second one is me.
Oh crap! No, it's picking me up. Yeah.
First
Second
one.
Then it's Radomir, and then it's me.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the first and the last one could be either way, but
Yeah.
clear
No.
enough.
Maybe yeah. Actually.
Yeah, totally could be either way.
Well,
Meh.
actually,
I think no. Last one is probably Ikar because he
Jakar judge.
he likes judging things.
Yeah.
Maybe get to eat him too.
Wake the bear up, and we'll talk to him about this.
Yeah. I bet Suji would have been real helpful to translate all of this.
Ooh?
You know, dinner.
Somewhere across the wall.
It's probably still fresh.
I mean, well, because this is this is written in that ancient language, so Radomir would be the only one who's able to read it properly, right?
Yeah, but is this the same one you're learning in your books?
Roll an intelligence check, Ephraim. There's certainly a familiarity looking at it just on the face of it, but roll an intelligence check and we'll see if you can determine how familiar. Different? Oh.
Yeah, I not at all.
Oh, that's a bad roll. As you look it over, as I say, it looks familiar. But in terms of the sort of the age of the language or the history of it, it's difficult to determine.
Yeah,
You don't know
familiar.
enough. Yeah.
It's. I mean, it could say 2. It could say blue. I don't know.
All right.
Wake the bear up.
If you want to risk waking the bear up, be my guest.
Yeah, I
I'll
can
wait out
wake
here.
him.
I'll wait out here.
I'll walk up
Yeah.
to the door and I'll bang a little, like not hard. I'll knock, but not banging, like hard.
Yes.
You'll give me.
It's time for you to wake up. We
I'm-
have something to show you.
I said I'm awake.
Well, come outside.
He sounded like he was drowning or something.
What is
Probably
it?
was.
Oh, you found.
We found the other tablets.
Yes.
The rest of your prophecy.
Yeah. Barely.
Not so, but
What of it?
We, you know, what does it say here?
Probably about something to do with shit. I don't know.
So you can't read that?
I can read it. Kind of. The language itself, it is familiar. It's my language, but different.
almost like an ancient version.
I would not
You get the
presume to
tablet
know
and
its
see.
age.
Well,
I'm going to. Well, all right. I'll let you talk to him first. It's fine. Go ahead.
just because I'm studying Zhenglian, and this looks really, really, really old. Like it was put here a long time ago.
Sure, we could say that, yes.
Demi, did you have something you wanted to say?
Oh, I just thought that, you know, as we said, we're kind of studying the language, so it seems like it might be referring to us.
Why do you think this? Why do you always think this?
Oh,
Every
Because
time.
because we have we mentioned when the Titan spoke to us, we were in a old ruin that had pedestals with kind of, I don't know, text that defy a person. When we stood on these pedestals, we got the vision, and this led us here. Meaning,
and
we think the tablets are talking about us.
Because these pedestals, when we stood upon them, and after the vision, we were given certain abilities that not everyone else has. Like, for example, I can see into the astral plane whenever I want to. For some time.
You are not the only
prophecy-
one who has had visions.
the prophecy spoke to us, Satan. It said that we are the champion of darkness and light, the champion of fight and might, the champion of chaotic sight, and what was the last one?
The soul in its fight.
Yeah, and it seems like this door is referring to the same entities.
It exact in almost the exact same way. Like they have it's almost it's an undeniable connection. It says the exact same things word for word.
He reaches his hand out towards you, Dimmy, for the tablet.
I put the tablet back into the drawer.
Ah, right, okay. In that case, he's not going to do that. He's just going to turn back into the house, go back to where he left the tablet, which I presume is where you returned it.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to grab it, sort of walk past you all, and just push it into the hole in which it is.
Hey.
And as he does, you hear a as the water begins to bubble, and a pocket in the center reveals, presumably in an arcane form, an entrance. The water does not it doesn't drain into the hole, but it creates this pocket around it where you would be free to pass through. And as he holds it onto the tablet into the hole, he looks to you all and says, I have seen this point in time before. I have met you all before. I hope you succeed this time. And he just gestures to the water.
Bit ominous. But shrug
Yeah.
and make my way. Thank you.
All right.
I'll just jump straight in.
You'll be back for dinner, I guess.
Yukar, can you help me to the middle without wetting myself? Can you help me to the entrance, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Maybe.
Just as a note, Brenner, as you dive in, it's not like overpowering, but there is a draw to the center. Like you're naturally being drawn into the center if you weren't to try and swim against it or whatever.
I'm assuming the middle of the door is open, or
It is. There is a free entrance into the cave below.
Yeah.
Is it like a drop?
It certainly is.
Can I see how far?
Yeah, as you get to the edge, it's about 100 feet down, and
Oh my god! I
dead-
will try not to.
dead in the
God.
center is a hole where you can see that there's water within that hole.
Yeah, but I will not try to jump in straight away.
Okay.
sounds like broken cankles.
Oh, so there's like a pillar of water going down?
No. As I
Okay.
say, like it must be via magic or other means.
Right.
The hole
So
has
there's-
been sort of. It's almost like a pocket of air.
Okay.
Okay, so I fly all of you down.
Nice.
Sure.
I
Here.
start with the Redmer.
Alrighty. One by one, Jakar flies back and forth as you are taken into the caves. I did presume that you would just jump in, which was maybe stupid of me, because you have someone who can fly. So freely you can just be placed wherever you want to be placed.
Oh.
Assuming I can actually see.
Jakar, it is completely pitch black to you. You
Walk
probably,
around,
you
take
probably
a
had to be guided before you walk around. I guess you'd be in there first, so you can.
I
have
mean,
a little
I
look
would
around.
light a torch for Jakar. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're nice.
But as you get placed down and you have a look around, Dimmy, you do see the torches off on the pillars. They are humongous compared to your form, probably larger than you. But as you stand in this place, the plaques just simply read: Hora, the Titan of Sight; Salo, the Titan of the Chant; Axia, the Titan of Ruin; and Therum, the Titan of the Hunt. And that is where we'll pick up next week,
Oh, she.
in the halls and caves of Titan Suru.
This is exciting, man.
So, Adam, now that you've revealed a bit as well about the timeline, is that the same Suji?
Same Suji as what? Yes?
Yes.
Possibly.
I'm confused. What do you?
But I mean, I will say, didn't look 50 years old, and Itan, you've met Itan. He said he was here for 50 years. So who knows?
Yep. So Suji did not look 50 years old. Okay.
No, he was like 30s, maybe?
Yeah, he definitely did not live to 50 years old. Especially when that happened.
Well, who knows what exactly would happen.
Well, he's certainly not gonna live any longer.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
That's how like we start.
On
this
Saturday, we're
adventure.
going to find out if he's gonna live for,
Yeah, you'll get to see.
how long he gets to live. Does he get to live enough to get flattened?
Time will tell. My God, but yeah, good job.
Oh.
Of course, our session starts with a person dying.
Yeah.
It just clicked. It clicked.
What
That's
just
why.
clicked?
What he's talking about.
Oh, Suji?
Yeah, it just clicked. And
Yeah.
Ayatan. Or whatever. Fuck, I
Itan?
can't remember. Itan, yeah.
Yeah.
Horrible.
One of the Mamaru that
Yeah, I was gonna say.
came before you and your Mamaru.
Wait a minute, I recognize you from somewhere.
Yeah, he's a little bit crazier now, though. Like, he's not. His mind isn't in a good place now.
Yeah, I mean he is a bit old.
Yeah. Old,
He lives
alone.
long for a long time. Doesn't do much good.
Yeah, living alone as well. Things deteriorate.
Yeah.
No, and you're like we. If I didn't prepare a fly, that would have been real bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and
I was
actually,
like kind of prepared to die right there.
I thought, yeah, it was stupid not to prepare it when for the first part of the journey. I'm definitely gonna do it now.
Yeah. I have
But
faith in you.
also,
Jumped, said, "Woo!"
And it would have been so bad if you lost 2 party members there.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, Ethan, you know the 4 people that I need to turn to this door. Yes.
We kind of just everyone died here except us.
Look, I'm not saying that I consulted an actual prophet for this campaign, but you all did make it to that point when poor old Suji with he could have had 19 parachutes and none of them would have went off.
He was supposed to not go.
Well, he's not listed on the old tablet thing there, is he?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, he wasn't needed to enter this place.
Yeah, but also
Just leave him there with a scared bear man.
He didn't have to get squashed.
What I'm saying is the 4 people that were listed on that thing made it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, he's probably the blood of the first.
And the only sad thing is that I thought I should prepare Featherfall, and then it would have been good for everyone. But then I
Yeah.
thought, like, why would I do that if we're gonna have parachutes anyway?
Yeah, may as well use fly. Fly is much better.
I can
Use.
fly, it's much better, and I can put it on 2 people if I need. And I'm not gonna need to put it on. And the Jakar can fly; he can catch someone, right?
Yeah.
That's got us covered.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
Tell
One
that to the
of-
goop of Suji.
1 of 5 parachutes failed, or all but
Succeeded.
one.
Worked.
That was a way to start.
You also did. Was it 20% chance to fail? That's pretty rough, to be honest.
It was to fail the pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've closed my stuff, but I believe it was 8 or lower would fail.
Oh
What?
shit.
We weren't supposed to make.
Yeah, and I rolled
How
like
the hell
terrible
I
on
hated
my
the scar.
athletics as
was
well.
planning. Okay, that's what he was. There, done.
Anyways, this has been very fun, and I'm very excited for next week.
Yeah, it's good to be back. And obviously with the session next week, it'll be good to venture into the halls and caves of Titan Suru and see what that presents us. So
I don't. You knew I don't have fly. Like I literally changed it in the beginning of the session.
I know.
You still made it like really likely for us to crash.
I'm telling you, man. The prophet down the street did a really good job of predicting everything that happened.
The hell.
I'll have to hit
Well, I'm gonna leave, but it's been fun.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, take care.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'll speak to everyone later, and yeah, everyone have a good day, evening, night, whatever it is.
Thanks, yeah.
Yeah.
See you, and see you, some of you on Saturday.
Yeah, see you Saturday for some of you. See
yeah.
you next week for the others.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Alright, that was funny. That was funny. But I am going to head off because it's getting late and I'm hungry. So thank you all for stopping by and chatting, and hope you all had a good time. You marvelous bacon, you trying to save up those points. Good luck. Keep trying. I don't know how many you've got left to save up, but you'll get there. You'll get there eventually. Pardon me. Anyways, I will speak to you all later. Ta-ta. Farewell. Goodbye.